Oh yeah. He's finally here. I'm ready. So if you ready to get loaded up, let me see those airplane emojis in the chat. Let's go. Hey. All right, it looks like we got Rocket Gaming is gonna be our co-pilot today, and we're gonna have the homie Bakazato helping us out in the jump seat. I got you listed, my friend. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. I don't even want to turn my camera on today because we got so much to look at. Like, I'm not even kidding about that. Like, I should just turn it off. I should just turn it off. You don't need to see me. You ain't come here to see me. You came here to see this right here. Midnight Maverick, I got you as my ramp agent. Sigh, gotcha. All right. Yes, she is a beauty.
All aboard!
Airbus is gonna be our pushback driver. Sounds good. Almighty Vibes, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Blue Arrow Royal family. Uh-oh. I don't know what happened. My audio cut out for a second, but good to see you, man. Welcome aboard, my good friend. And I will turn the camera on just for a little bit, just to say hello. Josh Dill, welcome to the stream, my friend. Midnight Maverick, welcome to the stream. Airbus, good to see you, my friend. Pixel, welcome aboard. What a beauty, yes she is. Welcome to the stream, my friend. Welcome to the stream. Nightbot is doing Nightbot things. HD is in the house, bro. I checked out your stream last night, and definitely a bummer what happened to you, man. I have watched many streamers and content creators fight this aircraft, so I might be the next, but we'll see. I'm gonna do my best to just, you know, do what we usually do with a new plane. James, hello, welcome to the stream as well. Good to see you, my good friend. Hello. Hey Fred, welcome to the stream as well. Yeah, Reckless TV is in the house. Welcome to the stream, my friend. Good to see you. Simon Weber, welcome aboard. Yes sir. Yeah, your flight didn't go too good last night, but honestly, please let me know, guys, in the chat as we are going, if you are experiencing issues, known issues. It'll be nice to help a brother out. Let me know what problems you've had so that I can, hopefully not have them and learn from your mistakes. I've already learned from my mistakes. I've actually done 4 test flights with this aircraft and have only successfully done 1 complete flight. The other 3 ended in crash, and the successful one was not the latest one. Like, it was like the 3rd one. The 4th one didn't go so good. But we'll be all right. I think we'll be okay. Let's go ahead and just go outside just for a second, and I'm gonna bring the music down. I'm super excited, guys. What's going on, beautiful people? Let me say up front, welcome to the Blue Arrow Royal family. This is X-Plane 11. And this is the long-awaited Rotate MD-11, the McDonnell Douglas MD-11 freighter. Just came out, I think it was yesterday. I believe it was yesterday, yeah. And I've really, everybody in the X-Plane and the flight sim community has been really looking forward to flying this bird. In X-Plane, we've actually never had an MD-11, at least not a quality MD-11. Is my noise gate like super high because it keeps cutting me out? But yeah, so never had one, so super excited about having one finally. And it does have some bugs, so we're definitely gonna have that alternate ready today, because Yeah. Wow, what is going on with my mic right now? Is it? Check. Check. Do I need? Yeah. All right, so we'll run with it. We'll run with it. So first off, I'm gonna go ahead and get the thing loaded up first. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to the rotate MD-11 menu here and aircraft menu. And let's see who that was. Thank you so much, Captain Reflex, for the follow. Welcome to the Blue Arrow Royal family. Good to see my good friend. We are on VATSIM as well, so if you guys have time and would like to come through and join us, we are in the cargo ramp on ramp 5 here at gate D10. No, B10. Bravo 10 is the gate we're at. We already got the ground power connected. Let me turn music off completely. There we go. Ground power is connected. Wheel chocks are set. Cockpit doors are set and ready for us to board the plane. Ready for us to board the plane. I am really trying to figure out what's up with my audio today. It's really weird. Like, it keeps cutting out, like, the end of my sentences. We'll go ahead and open up the cockpit door. I wish I could resize this or put it on a different thing, because one of the things I love about the fact that you can open and close doors is watching them open and close. But if this massive thing is in your way, it's pretty difficult to actually see it open and close, unless you have like each of these mapped to a button, and ain't nobody got buttons for that. So I'm gonna hit cockpit. It's very cool how it animates. It just goes, it like slides up. Like, I don't even know where it goes. Like, I've I've been around aircraft a bunch lately, and I'm used to seeing the doors, you know, pop out, right? But I don't know. There must be a ridiculous amount of space in the fuselage if you can just pop the door in like that. We'll also open up the cargo door, which is gonna be back here. The cargo main. Very smooth and beautiful animations they got going on here. Again, I hate this. I don't like this bit massive. Let me try turning my noise gate down. Maybe that'll fix it. Check. Yeah. We doing things. We streaming. We on YouTube. We on Twitch. We got the family watching. We hanging out. The chat's live right now. Ethan Aviation, welcome to the stream, my friend. 767 has the same thing. Does it really? I didn't know that. I did not know that. Maxim Monkey, what's going on, beautiful people? Welcome, my friend. You know what? I think I just fixed the problem with my audio. Beautiful. So we'll just, you know, because it's our first time flying the plane, we don't actually need all the doors open, but we're gonna open all the doors. So boom, boom, boom. First flight of the day. Just gonna make sure that everything works. And we are actually only doing one flight today. We are in Louisville, Kentucky. No surprise there, UPS's main US hub, which is Kilo Sierra Delta Foxtrot KSDF. We are going to Syracuse today. And yes, this is actually a real-world UPS route, except in real world, they fly the A300 instead of the MD-11. But, you know, it's not that big of a difference. So, all the doors are open up. We'll go ahead and close. Actually, we'll leave this up. We're going to go ahead and do our load now, before I even power up the plane. I like to do it first, get it out of the way, and then we can do our thing. So I'm going to jump over to SimBrief, where I filed and created my flight plan. Today, our flight number is UPS 1132, but our call sign is UPS 116 Heavy from Louisville, Kentucky to where are we going? Syracuse. Yeah, I actually almost went to both of these cities for work, which is, hopefully I still get a chance to go to Louisville at some point and work on the ramp, and hopefully I get a chance to go to Syracuse. It'd be pretty cool. So as far as what we need is, let's see, we would like, all right, so we need, how much fuel do we need? Let's do fuel first. So our, oh shoot, okay, there it is. Our block fuel is going to be 48,012. We're all in pounds today. So we'll go over to block fuel, and I'm just going to type it in. I like to put exactly how much SimBrief says, just to kind of test to see how accurate it is, and if we're actually going to make it there with enough fuel, right? So 48012, our total payload, also coming from SimBrief, I'm just putting in SimBrief numbers, is going to be 169.1. That's going to be 169,100. So that's it right there. That's like 80% full, so we're gonna be nice and heavy today. Trip fuel is the last thing that we need, and we're gonna get that also from SimBrief. And you get all this from your OFP, by the way, guys, in your SimBrief once you generate your OFP. Trip fuel 25507. So 25507. That is our trip fuel. And now, one thing we have to be super careful with, and I know a lot of you guys have already been watching a lot of streams and watching a lot of other people streaming this, and you're learning from them. But in case you haven't been watching, I do want to explain it to people who may be new to this plane, or maybe you're new and you're watching it in the future. Yeah, like in 2023 or something like that. So one thing that's been causing a lot of people problems, including me, is the weight imbalance, the center of gravity, payload CG. Right now, by default, it's 10.0 percentage. And down here on our right side, you'll see TO-CG 28%. Well, you actually want this to be between, I believe it's 30 and 31. You guys can correct me in the chat if I'm wrong. So between 30 and 31, we'll put it right in the middle, like 30.5 on this top one. TO-CG needs to be between 30 and 35. Is it? I thought it was both of them. Yeah, there it is. Beautiful. All right, so that's it. And then we can go over to ground operations, and we'll request fuel and load aircraft. So when I do that, you'll see all the equipment drive up, and we'll get rid of this menu so we can actually watch that happen. So let's do that now. Request fuel.
Sending service now.
Request load. Close. And I actually absolutely love this part. I love watching all this kind of take place right in front of your eyes. Now, one thing I've noticed, guys, if you ask or request for the cargo to be loaded and it says no equipment available, like in the area, I believe it still loads your aircraft, and I believe it also still does the animation, because the animation is built into the plane. You're not actually waiting for the airport to send you, you know, the cargo or anything like that. So you should be good to go. Just do your thing and continue. So it's loading up. I truly believe that this is, I don't know, I feel like it's too fast, right? Because it's over so quick. It's only what, four pallets, 4 crates that go in there, which is really cool. I love that the animation is included, but I just wish I could like watch it for longer. You know what I mean? Like I wish that, you know, like it only takes maybe like 2 minutes for this all to load into the aircraft. But I would love to see that happen for a bit longer, maybe load in more, maybe another cart comes in around and it's kind of cycles the animation. That would be dope. What if it cycled the animation of it loading until you decide to tell it to stop? Because as soon as you hit request fuel and request cargo, it'll actually instantly load your plane. It's not like you're actually waiting for the plane to load. You don't have to wait for it like in some other add-ons. It's instant. So basically this is just an animation that's really cool looking, because I want the door to stay open. You know what I mean? Also, it'd be really cool if they left the cargo in the actual bin, right? Because when you go in here, it's nothing in here. I don't remember if I had if you guys can correct me again in chat, I don't remember if I actually keeps the cargo in the bin. I know there's a few add-ons that do cargo airliners that do have it. I'm actually gonna go back and reopen that door, because again, I don't want, like, I want to still look like I'm loading as we're getting going. So I'm just gonna open it back up. So beautiful view. I love how it looks here back in the cargo bay. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. Did you figure out how to update the air rack? I just updated my air rack the normal way that I usually do it. I does keep the cargo in the bay. That's what I thought. Yeah. Also, like on Microsoft Flight Sim, the the DC-6, very well. Like, I love how when you change the weight, the load, it determines how much actually shows up. So we're back here in I think you would call it like the galley area, right? Where you got like a couple seats here, you got the door to get into the cockpit, whatnot. So anyways, let's go and get powered up, and we should be good. So yes, I'm gonna turn the sounds up because there are some interior sounds of the APU and whatnot, but we all probably know by now, because you know, you probably watched 10 other people fly this plane, that these sounds are, you know what, we'll just go with it. I'm not gonna ruin it for people who are new. So let's turn the sounds up. We're just gonna do our thing. All right, so external power, there she goes. All right, battery, emergency power. Alright, we'll do our internal lights and emergency lights. So emergency lights will arm those. We'll turn on the logo lights. The nav light switch is supposed to be black because it just automatically turns on. By clicking it, it turns it off. Same thing with, well, I think it's only the only one that's like that. And actually, I will turn it down because it's just air blowing. It's just avionic fans, and it's just kind of loud. So we'll turn it down a little bit. But all right, so that's good to go. And now we're going to do our ADIRS, and that's going to automatically cue our fire test. All right, beautiful. You can also see here we have 16,000 pounds of fuel in each tank. It's already been loaded. Just go ahead and hit that annunciator. We'll go down to our FMC or MCDU and get started. It's pretty maybe because I've been doing flight simming for so long, and I've kind of touched, in my opinion, every different type of FMC there is in flight simming. So I feel like whenever I jump to these new planes, it's not that difficult anymore. So we are at Kilo Sierra Delta Foxtrot, and we put a slash here, and we're going to Kilo. You know, I gotta remind myself because I always spell it wrong. SYR. Yeah, so Kilo Sierra Yankee Romeo. Drop that in the top right. Our alternate today is actually JFK. I'm gonna adjust that because again, I've had a lot of, it's not been great. So let's just say there's a scenario, right? Let's just say there's a scenario where we only make it like halfway, because this could definitely happen to us. So JFK is not a bad place we could go, but I'm gonna more look for Cleveland. Cleveland's gonna be our alternate. We didn't actually input that into SimBrief. I probably should, because that would change my numbers. But we're just not gonna worry about it. So our alternate would be Cleveland, because that's like our halfway point between both of these airports, in case we are to have a, you know, disastrous failure due to autopilot or ONAV or VNAV or all the many things that could go wrong with this plane. So let's go and get our cost index. We'll go ahead and get that now. Cost index for this flight is going to be 174. 174. Flight number today, as I said earlier, is UPS 1132. UPS 1132. You can actually look that up. This is an actual flight number that flies between where are we at? Louisville and Syracuse? No, Syracuse? Yeah, Syracuse. In an A300, I believe. We're planning to cruise at 3,500 feet. We'll try it. I've had not the greatest luck cruising above 32,000 feet. I've had issues with the airplane stalling itself at cruise. So, but I've found that if I cruise lower, it fixes that. But also, Leo and a few other guys mentioned to me last night that if you turn off the winds aloft on your active sky, it should fix the horrible cruise performance, like your thrust. Like you'll be like, you know, freaking redlining the thrust at 36,000 feet, and you can't in any way get to Mach 0.77 or anything like that. So turn off winds aloft. I've done it, and this is gonna be my first time testing if that actually even works. All right, over to our weights. They've already loaded up, so we just click on these and it'll automatically populate. I love that. I don't personally like to calculate the weight and balance, so I'm glad that they do that for you. Looks like that's all good. That's page 2. Page 3 we're not going to worry about because I don't even know how to use it. So let's now go to our flight plan. So flight plan SDF, we are expecting runway. Let's see what runway is active right now. Runway, and I'm not, oh, here we go. Runway 17 right out of Syria. Sorry, I keep getting these places back. It's like SDF-KSYR. They're so close in ICOs. I can't remember what's what. So SID, our SID's gonna be SITREP 5, 17 right, and our transition is going to be SITREP. So just insert. What up, Astra? Welcome to the stream, man. Good to see you. We'll go ahead and click the down arrow. Again, this MCDU is a mix between like a Boeing and an Airbus, so it has a lot of features of both. It's a short flight today, affecting an airtime, wheels up to wheels down, hour and 28 minutes. Yeah, that's about right. We're going direct from here. I'm gonna click on the SITREP and then put our next. Actually, oh, that's interesting. So you can actually click on the waypoint and then put the waypoint here like an Airbus, but you can also put it in the flight plan like a Boeing. That's so weird. So we're gonna go direct to creep. That's gonna be Charlie Romeo Echo Echo Papa, or some say Papa. It's always weird to me when people say Papa. All right, that did not work. So, oh, it did work. It just didn't. Oh, that did not work. Look where it put it. Oh boy, I think I screwed it up. Okay, so if you click on it, it puts it before it. Yeah, and there's our first problem of the day. So I'm going to clear that out. All right, cool. So that's gonna put there. So it's gonna put that here. So okay, good to know. So if I ever want to put a waypoint before another waypoint, click on the waypoint and then put the waypoint in. All right, creep's gonna go right there. We are all learning together. We're all learning together. Now I can click on creep, and if I put airways, this will actually put the airway after our last waypoint. So Quebec 29er is our airway, and then from that we'll go to Juliet Hotel Whiskey VOR. Now I know that a lot of people are new, and one thing that I would like to explain that I was so glad another streamer explained to me, or not to me, but in his stream a while back, but a lot of times these 3-digit letter codes are VOR stations. If it has a Q in front of a number, that's an airway. All right. Hopefully that helps somebody. I know that one time somebody explained that during the stream, and I blew my mind because I was having trouble figuring out what's the difference visually between a airway and a VOR station. All right, so JHW, and then from there we're gonna go straight to SYR VOR. So that's I keep wanting to say is it Sarasota? No, Sarasota's in Florida. Syracuse, Jesus Christ. Sierra Yankee Romeo. There are no arrivals in Syracuse. Oh my god. There are no arrivals in Syracuse. So we're not gonna have a star. That is just gonna be it. So now I'm gonna click on our destination airport. It has star here, but there are no stars. So here it says none. And we are expecting to get ILS 28. Let me double check that. And yes, ILS 28 is what we're expecting. To make sure that is actually legit. And 28 is okay. Yeah, 28 is good. Oh, we're testing the ILS, see if that works. I know people have been having problems with that as well. So a lot of things to overcome currently with this aircraft. It is something I'm definitely been looking forward to, and I really do love the plane, but you gotta kind of figure out where it is in the current state. We'll talk more about all that later. All right, so we got a discontinuity at Sarasota. Basically, we're gonna fly over to Sarasota VOR and go back to land on 28, right? So that'll be interesting. We can also go and look at our flight plan, make sure everything looks okay. So I'm gonna zoom in here. I'm gonna click on plan, and I feel like this plane is a perfect example of if you program everything right, it won't bite you in the butt. Maybe. Maybe. So here's our flight plan. Let me look down just a little bit so we can click on both. So I'm just going to scroll through it and make sure everything looks okay, starting from the beginning of our flight plan. There we go. 17 right, take off. Right turn to Canby, then sit rep. From sit rep direct to creep, Silla, Kalan, Dutch, that, and then into the Sarasota VOR. From there we'll probably vector ourselves. Hopefully that goes okay, but we'll vector ourselves to catch probably a right downwind for runway 28 right on the ILS. So that's the plan. Let's go ahead and take that off the screen, go back to map mode, and I think we are good to go. I think we're actually no, let's see, we've done init page, that's done. We have done our flight plan page, that's done, and we need to do our takeoff performance page. So flex 30 is what I'm going to lock it at. We'll do flaps 20 today, and winds right now, and where we at? Louisville. I actually did a test flight in Louisville last night, and it was gusty. Not a great situation to be learning a plane in gusty winds, but right here we have slope, so we're just gonna put 0 for the slope because I don't really know. I found out that you can actually just put 0 and then put slash. And you put 0 again if there's no wind, and it'll just populate that with 2 zeros. But what we need to do, because there is a little bit of wind, is winds are 270, so I'm going to put 0/HD 27. So just the first 2 numbers of the wind. So, and that should work. Beautiful. Our outside air temperature here in Louisville today is 8 degrees Celsius, which is 46 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh. Oh, I gotta put 0.8. It doesn't like just 8, so I gotta put 0.8. And there we go. Now we gotta check and confirm our V speeds. I am going to first do our climb thrust for 2,000 feet. That's when our climb thrust will activate, and we'll do our acceleration at 3,500 feet. And then I'm just gonna click on these stars. If you don't click on those stars, it will not actually save your V speeds, and now our V speeds are showing here on the left side, which is beautiful. All right, that is all done. Let's go ahead and get the APU powered on. And to do that, I'm gonna hit APU power. Now, this is something that's really confusing me getting started, because people in my Discord were telling me something completely different than what the freaking rotate, what do you call it, the rotates little tutorial they made is like, it was super confusing. So anyway, just hit APU power, and then APU down here. That's the APU bleed, and that's it. That's all you gotta do to get it started for the APU. It's literally very easy. I'm gonna get a little bit of lighting, integral lighting going on in here. And then we'll go over to our right side, get the defog on, get the windshield heats on. Seatbelt signs are already on, emergency lights are armed. And let's go ahead and remove the GSE, the ground service equipment. We'll go outside one time, get all the doors shut, and we're ready to push back. I love cargo planes. I don't know why I love them so much. Maybe because here where I live in Houston, Houston is not like a hub, I wouldn't say, but Houston is definitely a major stop for cargo planes to come in, all different types. Seeing MD-11s in person is just, it's nothing like it. All right, I'm gonna go over here, and we're going to shut all the doors. So shut, close, 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 and we'll remove the cockpit stairs. We'll hold off on the ground power and the chocks until we get the APU absolutely started. Go in the back of the aircraft, you can actually see the APU flap right here. And there's a little bit of sound there, not super loud, but there's a little sound there. Yes, Nathan, hoping for the best, man. If you guys saw my tweet, you know that I have not had good luck. I've been crashing and burning in this aircraft multiple times, and the problem is not this part. Starting that thing up is pretty straightforward. It's getting in the air and staying in the air. Believe it or not, that's been pretty difficult. So the sound you heard earlier that was turning off was not the APU. That was actually one of the AI aircraft behind us shutting its engines off as he arrived at the cargo ramp. All right, look over here, and it looks like our APU is on, and it should say APU avail. Now the APU is available. We'll go ahead and turn off the external power, or let the ground power, the ground people, what do you call them, the rampages know, hey, go ahead and disconnect the power, you're good. So he's gonna go ahead and disconnect the power for us. Remove. Let's go ahead and get the pushback truck connected. So I'm gonna go over to better pushback menu, and let's do start pushback.
Round to cockpit, where do you want us to put you?
And we'll go with that one. It's already one I made earlier, so we'll use that.
Round to cockpit, the tow's driving up now.
Beautiful. All right, doors are shut. We'll go ahead and remove the chocks. I don't know what order other like companies do it, but where I work at, we actually don't remove the chocks until like we're ready to push. Like the chocks are like the last thing we remove before we push back. So we're gonna wait on the chocks. Do not let me forget though, because I will. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Parking brake is set, and we're basically just waiting for him. We're ready. We can turn the beacon light on though. I'll also, while we wait, is set up our thing here. So we're gonna go to 36,000 feet. I believe that's our cruise today. Yes, flight level 350 actually, 35. And I'll warn you guys, this part is tricky, and I think this is one of the things that some people call a bug, which it can be. It can definitely be buggy, but
all doors and hatches are closed. We're connecting now.
It can be difficult to understand. So for example, and hopefully I can explain this correctly, because I had to read the manual to figure this out, because I was having trouble figuring out myself. So if I change my heading to like, what's it, right, to 185, it's not gonna fly that heading until I press a certain button. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and bring up that now. So I want to be right when I say this. So stand by on that information. Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? Navigation, APU, automatic flight. Here it is. No, I don't think that's it. Is that it? No, that is not it. Oh, that is it. Okay, so for heading bug, heading track.
Touch connected and bypass pins inserted. Release the brakes.
Here we go. Yes. So you pull the heading knob to disengage nav mode. Yes. So if you pull the knob back, it disengages nav mode and uses the heading you have selected. If you push it forward, it will hold the current heading. Got that? So push it forward, you hold the heading, pull it back, you select the heading. If you turn it, you're just pre-selecting it. So if I want, so say we want runway heading of 170, I'm gonna rotate this to 170. Right, so right now, if autopilot was on, this would do nothing because I haven't actually chosen anything. So now what I actually do, even now on the ground, is I'm gonna pull it. So pulling is actually the down arrow, and pushing is the up arrow. So if I pull it, boom, and now it should populate here on our screen, which I can't see too well. Is my track IR on? I don't think I turned it on. Hold on. No, I didn't. But you'll see on the screen, it should have an indicator that we actually selected heading. So if we were in the air and turned on auto flight or autopilot, it would actually go to that heading. Now let's go and remove the chocks and release the brakes, and we'll start pushing back. All right, chocks are removed. All GSC equipment is away from the aircraft. We are going to release park and brake and begin our push.
Okay, push is commencing. Go ahead and start the entrance.
Alright, so track arrow is working now. If I look down, you'll see right here on the bottom left in white, it says 170. That is our actual selected heading. And a similar thing works for the speed and the altitude. So I'm at the pre-selected altitudes. Right now I'm at 35,000 feet, and I believe it may be the down, make sure. Altitude, selector knob, pull to select, yes, and then push to hold. So pull, select, push, hold. So I'm gonna pull it, and now that's pre-selected and clamped into our system on our screens. All right, we're pushing back, guys. Beacon light is on, and the
all aboard!
Our pushback driver. Thank you. Who is that? Who's that rolling in here with a freaking sub? That's freaking Makati City Rail fan. What's going on, my friend? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for the hanging out with us, and welcome aboard. Hopefully you enjoyed today's flight to Syracuse. That's where we're going, right? Yeah, Syracuse. We're going. One thing I've learned from XP streams, I'm telling you, I've been scoping out everybody's streams. So if you turn on, if you open this window, which is a very cool animation, you actually get exterior sounds, which can help make up for the lack of interior engine sounds, because there are none. There's zero interior engine sounds. It's ridiculous. They should have done something about that, but it is what it is, and that's one way to get some kind of sound in the cockpit. So we'll start off in sequence. So start up here, going to ignition B for blue, and then we'll go down here and we'll pop on the orange light on the third engine. So it goes in the sequence of 3, 1, 2. That's gonna light up, and we see we're getting slowly into rising. Let's slide over there to that camera real quick. Captain Shaquille Oatmeal, crew up in Syracuse. You be sure to meet me at the cargo terminal with some lunch. That sounds amazing, bro. I'll take you up on that for sure. Makati, thank you for the subscription as well. Welcome to the Blue Arrow Royal family. We should be good to go on introducing that fuel. 18%. Here we come. Bam. Uh-oh. This guy's pushing us into the freaking wall. What's up with that? What's up with that? Why is he pushing me into the wall?
Operations complete. Set the brakes.
Park brakes set. Clear disconnect.
Stand by. We're disconnecting the
Alright,
tow now.
lights out. Starting engine number 1. And again, you can actually hear the sounds of the engines kind of spooling up. Again, it's not great, but you can at least hear something with that window open over to engine number 1. And I think that the modeling of this plane is freaking great. I absolutely love the modeling and the performance, man. I am impressed by how well my FPS and how smooth everything is, given how, you know, detailed the texture work is.
Nose disconnected and bypass pins removed. Signals on the left. Have a good one.
Hold on. Give me that tug view. Oh, it's over here. Why is it over here? Okay, whatever. Wait, do we have a door open? No. We do. Okay, the tug view is broken. Good to know. Left mouse to orient your view. My reversers are on also. I gotta fix that. Alright, how are we looking here? Alright, we have two engines on left and right, and they're in reverse for some reason. Alright, I think it's fixed now. Alright, starting engine 2. I'm AP dude. No, you are not the only one being ignored. Alright, getting 10%. I'm just, you know, during this stage, if you're new to watching flight simmers, during the stage of startup and setup, it's very difficult for all of us to watch chat without taking, you know, if we look at every single message, it will take us 2 hours to get the plane going. We'll be constantly reading. Alright, introducing fuel on engine 2. We are on Unicom 22.8. I gotta figure out how to get rid of this guy. What I'm gonna have to do is just completely turn off better pushback because it just glitched out for some reason. How do I do that? Plug in admin, better pushback, goodbye. And I'll turn it back on. But don't worry, there'll be plenty of time in our flight. Our flight is an hour and 28 minutes, so when we get in the air, we'll have plenty of time to talk and chat, and I'll be reading everything. Oh, it came back. All right, go back. All right. We don't need any more anyways. All right, cool. So parking brake is set. Engines are all 3 good. Well, actually, the second engine is stabilizing. And what we'll do now is get our trims and flaps set up. So we'll start with the stab trim. Stab trim is set to 5.1, so I'm using a trim switch on my yoke to push the trim back to 5.1. There it is. And we'll do our flaps we set earlier. Our flaps will be set to 20. So the way you do this is you basically whatever flap setting you want, you put it here. So we want 20. And then the simple way to explain this is once you put this into 20 or whatever you want to be, you just put it into, you put your actual flap lever into the dial of flap position. When you put the flaps in the dial of flap position, it goes by whatever this says. Got it? It's that simple. So yeah, 20 is gonna be that, and we go and see that our massive slats are going down, or they're already down actually. Look how huge they are. I love this wing view, by the way. I think it's a good time for a flight control check. Now that the flaps and the slats are down, I'll go to the config page, and we'll see our flight controls. So we'll go back, forward, left, center, and right, center. And we can go back to the other view and look at it from there. Beautiful. All right, cool. Dial a flap for the win. Yes, sir, Shaq. All right, cool. After that, let's see what I gotta do next. I have this whole list of things. Altimeter, local altimeter here in Louisville is currently 29er, 89er. That's gonna be right over here on the left side. All right, to change that, because right now it's 2992. This is our Q&H. Just gonna rotate it until we get to 2982. Boom, that's there. And then we need to do APU off. And I believe the correct way, and I could be wrong, so you guys can correct me in saying that I'm doing the correct way, because I'm probably not, but is APU bleed off, and then APU start stop, and then APU power. And that's supposed to be the correct way to stop it. And I think to see it, you go to the engine page. Uh-oh, that's my flaps. And our engine, yep, so it's shutting down. Also, another quick tip that I learned, and this is what you get, right, when you get to watch everybody else do it first and you come and do it. So instead of usually, I'm gonna bring you guys my other camera. I know it's kind of dark, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna bring you guys my other camera just real quick. We're rocking the Honeycomb Bravo. Oh yes, I love it. With Thrustmaster TCA yoke. Gorgeous. I love this setup. And we have this thing. So if I use my flaps, I'm just gonna move the view up a little bit. If I move my flaps and try to get like an exact place, you see how it's like glitching out? Like it's tripping. It doesn't like that at all. Now I don't know if it's something I'm gonna try to fix. Even when putting in the dial of flap setting, it just glitches out and it's super weird. So what I found out is it's actually best to just not use an axis for your flaps for this plane. So I'm actually using the other flap lever over here, which is like usually for GA, but basically it's like down a notch, and boom, dial a flap. So that's the better way to do it right now for this plane until they make any changes for that. The speed brakes are fine though. Speaking of speed brakes, we'll go ahead and arm them by clicking on it, pulling up, and we go to our auto brake, which is right here, and put it in takeoff mode. And am I missing anything? Back to my handy dandy quick checklist. APU, yeah, I think we're good. Ground spoilers, brakes, transponder. Down here, we're gonna squawk 2116 and squawk Charlie. TARA. And we'll go get our nose light on. I think that's it. Yeah, nose light on and ready to go. Park brake off. And let's go, guys. We are rolling. So I have another kind of trick up my sleeve. I've been learning so much. This plane is very unique in so many ways. So one issue I had my very first flight was controlling the nose wheel steering. So right now I'm pushing my rudder pedals, which is what I would usually do to try to, because the TCA yoke, which is a great yoke, but it doesn't have really any good way to do nose wheel steering. You could use an axis right here on your right hand, but then that takes your right hand away from your throttle. You could use these controls down here, but it's super inaccurate. So what I ended up doing is plugging in an old Thrustmaster T16000 throttle. This guy right here. And so what I'm actually going to use is the paddles on this to control my nose wheel steering. And I'm literally only using this for a nose wheel tiller. So I'll put it on my desk now. And when I'm done flying or done taxiing, I'll put it back away underneath my desk somewhere. So that is kind of like my little trick I've been using. I don't have any special thing I can use as a nose wheel tiller, sadly. So that's what I have to use for now. And also the plane will just go on idle power. You don't actually need to give it any power to start going. If you want to get going faster, you can give it some throttle. But you don't need to. Yep, little hack. And there is Leipzig Air in front of us. Alright, so we're going to runway 17 right. I got my charts here in front of me. Yes, that's also another option that you could do. Whatever works best for you. You can use a joystick. You can plug in a joystick as well and use that as a nose wheel tiller. So actually go left here on, well, this would be Charlie 1. how does it differ from a normal nose wheel? So I don't know if there's a setting, and I know I'll shut the door. Oh, I'll leave the door open. I don't know if there's a setting that you can. Wait a second. Yeah, that's right. Okay, make sure I go in the right direction. Like in Zevo, in the Zevo 737, you can, in your settings, decide if you want to use your rudder pedals for nose wheel steering, and it works great. But for this plane, I haven't found that setting, and I don't know how other people are doing it, because when I try to use my rudder pedals to turn, it doesn't work, and I don't know why. Like, it just doesn't really give me anything. So that's why I had to find another way. And I originally thought, you know, maybe I'll use my yoke. I'm sorry, my joystick, and do it that way, and that works perfectly fine as well. But it just takes up too much space on my desk, so I decided to go with the throttle. What's going on, Rick G? Welcome to the stream. Is there traffic? You know, I need to make my calls, so we'll do that. I think that last plane was traffic on VATSIM. Also, on my honeycomb yoke, I'm using 3 throttles, as you guys can see. So throttle 1, 2, and 3. Usually, you know, you can use like the 4 or the 2, and I have remapped everything, and I'm using 3 throttles. It's pretty cool, actually. So 1, 2, and 3.
All aboard!
Thank you very much, Kev for TV, for the follow. Welcome to the Blue Arrow Roy family, and welcome aboard, my friend. You have subscribed on a great day. I'm gonna turn the sound down just a little bit. I mean, at least we're getting sound, right? Okay, let me show you guys what it sounds like without the window open. By the way, this right here is the nose tiller. This is what's controlling our nose wheel. So listen, so when I have the engines spooled down, you don't hear it. That's one thing that really bothers me, and I understand all the engines are in the back. I get that. But whenever I spool the engine up, I feel like I should hear something. Right? We're at 40%. I hear nothing. So that's definitely a problem for me. All right, let's make a call real quick. Louisville traffic. UPS 116 heavy is crossing runway 11 on Bravo, taxiing runway 17 right. Louisville traffic. Thank you so much for that subscription as well. Welcome to the Blue Arrow family. Sorry I missed your name. Kev TV, man, you work on these in real life. That's pretty sweet, man. That's pretty cool. I would love to get close to an MD-11. I've never been like right next to one. I've, you know, seen it from afar. Like, I work at the airport, but they park way on the other side of the field where all the cargo parks. Also, using the rudder moves the using the rudder pedals moves your actual rudder as well. So there's control surface deflection, which can be an issue in windy situations. That is very true, my friend. Very, very true. All right, guys, we are here on Taxiway Bravo in Louisville, Kentucky, UPS hub. I have a habit, even though I'm using a tiller option, I'm still moving my rudder pedals. So toe brakes are activated, and let's see, how do I do this? So I'm starting to remember how to. This is kind of where it gets tricky for me, and I tend to screw up. Thank you, Flying 85, for the follow. Welcome to the Blue Arrow Royal family. So we're gonna turn our weather radar on. Boom, there it is, and we'll go down here, and we'll hit system 1. That's good. We are transmitting TRA. We are on 122.8. We are squawking Charlie. Flaps are set. You can see here our takeoff clamp set to 3500. ATS, sorry, is off. We're going to hit. Do I do it on the runway? I don't remember. First, let's get our land lights on. So land lights on. Runway turnoffs. Don't need them, but we'll turn them on anyways. Beacon lights already on. Our last light on the right side, it says high intensity, which is actually our strobe lights, so we'll turn those on. And that's all you do over there. Captain Britannia, welcome to the stream. It has been a long time. Good to see you. Welcome back. Thanks for coming out. Yeah, so I think I hit auto flight now, right? Yeah, so you hit auto flight, and that's gonna arm your ATS, or your auto throttle system. And that's basically it for now. Yeah. And we already have our heading pre-selected, and I believe once we get the throttles over 60%, after hitting auto flight and arming it, it should automatically spool us up to takeoff power. Hold on a second. Louisville traffic, UPS 116 heavy is taking off runway 17 right, departing to the northeast. Louisville traffic. And like my sit up and make this turn here. I'm trying to do like three things at the same time. And she definitely feels heavy even during the taxi, which is really cool. My audio isn't on VATSIM? Interesting. I wonder why. I am on the right frequency. I am connected. Let's see if I hit the button. Yeah, it says transmitting when I click on it. Might have to re-select the audio device or something. Okay, it be doing that, you know? Oh. I don't know. It says it's working. On my end. Alright, we're doing a very slow lineup. There's an aircraft about to land on top of me? I don't see nobody. Let's see. Nope. I don't see nobody. Look at this beautiful plane. Hello, beautiful. One last look at her. In case anything goes wrong after this, let's just take one last beautiful look at her. While she's in her beauty. In her natural habitat. Alright, let's get it. Alright, so we already hit auto flight. We're ready to go. Just pull them up, run them up, let's get it. Airplane mode is in the chat. Oh, hilarious. I just put my hand on the actual Thrustmaster throttle. That ain't it. That ain't it. I'm gonna switch cameras so we can enjoy the departure, guys. Let's go. All right, guys, and we're gonna run the throttles up to 6%. All three of them. Yep, takeoff thrust. That's. We're rolling. Need some left rudder here. 80 knots. And V1. Rotate. Bringing the yoke back in my lap. There's 10 degrees. Looking for 15. Positive rate, gear up. There's 15. Let's follow the flight director or the heading. Actually, it automatically puts it in heading mode for us. Once we get around 15 or so, 1500, we'll hit profile, nav, and FMS speed. And I'm gonna actually still try to fly it by hand a little bit. Roll to the right, push the nose down. Get a little slow, so I'll put some speed in there. He definitely feels heavy, which is good. I like that. And to be honest with you, it actually feels lighter than I expected, but still heavy. Like, I don't know if that makes any sense. Like, it feels lighter than I thought it'd be, but it's still at the same time heavy. Yep, yoke back to my heart. Increase that there. Have a right turn coming up. Nav 1 is already selected. Autopilot is off, but we are following the flight director. Point the nose down. We come down to 3,000 feet. It should go into climb thrust now. Yep, climb thrust is activated. Rolling right for our first right turn for departure. Just below the clouds. And I've been told that you need to put anti-ice on when in the clouds, so we'll do just that. As soon as I can get my track AR to track me. In the right turn. Not too steep though. Just trying to be smooth with it. We'll start using some trim to help us out. So a little bit of forward trim, which is down, nose down trim. We're at 187 knots and climbing. Aircraft wants to be at 200, so let's go ahead and level off here. Fix my head tracking. And watch out for that icing here. There we go. Looking better. We're almost to that flap speed we're looking for. And now we're just breaking out, skiing on the clouds. Here comes notch flaps up. Yeah, so the plane wants to do about 250 knots, so we're gonna let it do it. Point the nose down. We're not. Oh, we are descending. And the reason I'm doing all this by hand is because I need to practice. We could have put it in turn the autopilot on already if we wanted to, but the truth is, in about an hour from now, I have to land this plane, and I don't want that to be my first time getting a feel for the yoke and the movement. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the departure is my chance to really kind of work on my stick and rudder skills, right? Here comes our next right turn over Onami, over the river here, just to the southwest of Louisville Airport. Passing 8,000 now. There's no more altitude restrictions. We're gonna go all the way to 35. Look at that, man. I can't wait to fly this plane after a few hot fixes on X-Plane 12. Nah, let's go a little bit steeper. We can do better than that. There it is. On the money, 247 knots. Here comes 10,000 feet. Once I get it leveled off and trimmed out, we'll get the autopilot on and let the plane do the rest of the work. Alright, level off. So I'm learning that you kind of have to do things a little earlier than even the flight director says. Because as you can see, the rollout is so slow. So instead of kind of doing it right at the same time as the flight director is doing it, you want to kind of lead into the flight director, you know what I mean? 12,000 feet and climbing. And autopilot is coming on. Alright, I no longer have the controls. $13K. Let's go and get the land lights off. Make sure the flaps are up. Here is up. Runway turn-offs off. Logo light is good. Beacon lights on. Strobe lights will stay on. I'm hearing like a lot of sound, but I don't think. Oh man, look how beautiful that is. Sheesh. Oh my gosh. I love this view. Absolutely love this view. Yeah, we're not really getting like the sounds are underwhelming. I 100% agree with that. Something that definitely needs to be looked at. I don't feel like I should have to depend on a third-party developer to make a third-party add-on for a third-party add-on. Does that make sense? But if there was one to come out, I would obviously still get it because I love this plane so much that I want it to be to the full potential of what it can be. The current situation right now is we are passing 14,000, 15,000 at 352 indicated knots. Ground speed 434. As I said at the beginning of the stream, I actually turned off my winds aloft on active sky. And that's probably why we're not getting any wind at all, any wind information. for tailwind or headwind, anything. Nathan, we are stable, my friend. Let's go to get the seatbelt signs off. Oh, they were never on. Okay. Okay, yeah, let's bring this down just a little bit. There we go, baby. Yes, sir. And I will say successful departure. But if you've been flying an MD-11 or know people who have been flying it, you know that that is not typically the issue. So, I mean, I'm not going to really celebrate until we get this thing back on the ground. So it's going to clean up a few things. So speed brake's going to unarm those. We'll get the auto brakes and unarm those. Flaps again are up. Speed brakes, sorry, gear is up. Autopilot is in control. We are heading to sit rep passing 18,000 feet. And thank you, Space Isaac, for the follow. Welcome to the Blue Arrow Royal family, my good friend, and good to see you. And we go over here to our Q&H knob, which is our barometer. And we're going to click the down arrow, and that's going to put it into standard 2992. Oh, you know what? I know exactly why you guys couldn't hear me now. So I have no problem with my VATSIM. So if you want to talk on VATSIM with this plane, you need to go to your VHF1 and rotate it all the way to the right. This is the volume control of your radio. And then click on mic. That way you can actually talk. So when you key in the mic, it'll actually talk on VATSIM. But then also, you want to illuminate that right there. So that's why you guys couldn't hear me when I was making my radio calls. My bad. The Louisville area traffic, UPS 116 heavy radio check. I'm not sure if anybody's around, but we'll try it. But Kibbs, welcome to the stream, man. Nathan, you really want this plane to be awesome? Seems like the devs are aware of the issues and seem to be on them. Yeah, that's the thing, man. So again, I'm not going to speak too soon because so far we've had a really good experience with this plane, right? So far, me fix our SimToolKit Pro. It is actually not tracking us, or is it? Is it tracking us? Yes, 1 hour out from our destination. I don't want to speak too soon because I want to jinx it. You know, things are going really well so far. Departure was amazing. We're about to do a flyby here in just a second. But yes, the developers are on it, man. Like, Rotate is not the type of developer who's going to release a plane with bugs and not try to fix the bugs. Now, obviously, the things that are wrong with the plane, in my opinion, should have been found and fixed before it released because they're like typical things. The things that people are having issues with are things that you use in every flight every day. It's not like a special system that nobody knows about. It's a system that everybody uses and knows about. So I'm surprised that it released with those issues. But obviously the community is loud. People really love the plane. They love the texturing, the modeling of it, and they want it to be good. And their voice is being heard. And I'm pretty confident that Rotate will make an update. The question is, how fast will that update come, right? I don't know how fast they are on coming back with updates. Hopefully it doesn't take too long, but we shall see. So wing views, loving the wing views. Yes, I love the clouds too. Let's get that flyby real quick. And another one. So yes, sounds, there's much to be desired. The exterior sound, like this right here, it doesn't bother me. It's not great, but it doesn't bother me. What does bother me is that I don't have this screenshot yet. Boom, got it. It could be a lot better, but it doesn't bother. What bothers me is the fact that this view here doesn't really have the sound that it should have. All we hear right now is wind noise hitting the, it's the exact same sound almost as this, minus like the avionics fans, I believe. So it's really the sound from the wing views that we're all complaining about. And to me, it seems like something that they probably like could just turn up, right? Like I feel like it's maybe a setting in the code that they can just go in and turn it up or activate it. Like it should be a pretty easy fix, just to at least get some sound coming in from the interior, right? To kind of give you that enjoyment. But obviously a full sound rework for this aircraft would be something that would be really good. And the graphics, yes, they are gorgeous. Go outside again. And I'm gonna hide me, because this is not about me. It's about this view. Nathan, I agree with that, man. This is something that could definitely have been found in beta or expanded beta. I don't know what their beta process was like, but I don't know. Like, anybody in beta would have been like, yo, fix the LNAV, fix the VNAV. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like everybody's flying VFR in the MD-11. People are doing long hauls. People are doing IFR flights, so it should have been easily found and fixed beforehand, but you know. It's gonna take a few seconds, guys, to just appreciate what we see here as we're climbing out of Louisville. If you're just joining us, we're climbing out of Louisville, Kentucky, UPS's hub, out to Syracuse, New York. Hour and 28-minute flight. We are about an hour out now. Philip says that beta testers are saying that they did point it out, but they didn't fix it. That's interesting. So it sounds like to me this plane could have waited another few weeks or a month to fix that before releasing. That sounds similar to Microsoft Flight Sim. When they released Microsoft Flight Sim, all the alpha testers and beta testers were like, hey, you need to fix this, fix this, fix that. And like, nope, we're releasing it next week. Monty, what's up, man? How you doing, bro? Yes, Space Isaac. I've been waiting for it too, man. It's honestly, it's kind of surreal, to be honest. Like, now that I'm thinking about it right now, and I'm looking at it on my screen, looking at it on my stream, and I'm like, we've been waiting like 4 or 5 years for this, and it's finally here. I remember saying like just last week I couldn't wait. I was excited, and now we got it, man. Now we got it. Like, I'm already, you know, like, you guys, if you're unaware, we just started a Formula One logistic world tour on our Discord, and we're all flying the Formula One racing schedule, flying from race to race, delivering cargo with cargo planes and stuff like, and passengers as well, and even taking private jets. And I really want to fly this plane on our next leg, going to race 3 in Melbourne, Australia. So that's a 15-hour flight from Saudi Arabia to Melbourne, Australia, and I want to fly this plane, so I want it to work. Monty, you're in LAX airport right now. Sweet, man, that's cool. Are you like traveling, or are you working there? What you doing at the airport? So one thing I have a question about, and maybe you guys in chat can help me out. I'm gonna turn the sound down a bit so I don't have to yell over it, because it's a little loud out here. A little loud. What is this here? You can hear the engine spooling down. We must be reaching our cruise. What is this door? I feel like I might know the answer to it. But what is this door here? I noticed whenever I like, I think it was when I started the battery or something, it turned on. Is this an avionics fan exhaust thing, or what is that? It's not a cargo door. No, it's not a cargo door. You don't put cargo in that door. Hello, Diego from Italy. Welcome to the stream, man. Good to see you. Yeah, because like, I know, like, for example, like the Airbus has a similar door. I think it's on, it's more closer to the front, and it is actually an avionics thing. And I thought it would close, so maybe just something we forgot to turn off. This is an anti-ice. We'll turn the anti-ice off. Speaking of that, I don't know what it could be. Maybe it's for like cargo temperature or something. I don't know. The control panel says nothing. Just says our windshield heat is on. Well, guys, we made it to cruise. We're at 35,000 feet. Our planned cruise is supposed to be Mach 0.843. That is what it should also say here. Let's see if that's correct. Yes, Mach 0.844. It says thrust. We're still in profile mode, so in theory, this should hold this perfectly until we get to our top of descent, and then it should descend on its own as long as we change our altitude. And I'm gonna kind of check back on this in a few minutes to see if it maintains the speed, but I think we may have fixed the cruising stall issue. And I shouldn't say fix it, we may have worked around the cruise stall issue. Again, if you weren't here early in the stream, me and a lot of other people who've been flying this plane have had an issue where when you get to cruise and the plane levels off, and it'll say like Mach 0.844, but this speed here will be slowly lowering and lowering and lowering and lowering until eventually it gets to stall. And then you'll stall and then you'll die, and it's like unrecoverable. And what has found to be the workaround is turning off active skies winds aloft. Now if you're using active sky, you may have this problem. If you're not using active sky, you might not have the problem. I'm not sure. So that's all I've done. It's the only thing I've changed. I've turned off my winds aloft on active sky, which is the reason why usually here on this screen on the right here, usually underneath ground speed and true airspeed, which are usually not exactly the same either, usually you would get like a arrow, and it'll tell you how fast the winds are going, what direction they're coming from. We're not getting that because again, we don't have any winds aloft. There's no wind. Like, we're literally flying in windless air, just gravity, which is weird. I don't personally prefer to fly that way, but if that is what I gotta do to get me from point A to point B, then that's what I gotta do. Jonas says he heard that it happens without active sky also, so it has nothing to do with it. All right, well, we'll see. That's what I heard was the workaround for it. So I've tried that, and honestly, we'll see. Well, in about 10-15 minutes, we'll check on this again and see if it's still maintaining the speed. If it is, then it fixed it for me personally. It may not work for everybody, but for me, it worked. And I haven't done anything special or different within my thrust limits. I know HD yesterday was saying, hey man, you can do something different with your thrust limit. I don't know how to really work this page, so I haven't touched it. Everything is just set to how it was by default, or how it automatically generated it based on a weight and balance. So I haven't changed any of that. But speaking of that, let's go through the pages here. We can go to init, and we see we have this stuff. You can also do step climbs. I've not tried it. I'm looking forward to trying it. Maybe when I do like a longer flight, but you can apparently put like 350, 370, and then whatever else. I think we may be as high as we can go right now, but I'm not sure how that works. So I've never actually done step climbing before, but that is supposed to be simulated and working. We have our weight page here, all looking good. Our flight plan page, all looking here. You can go in here and make changes if you need to make changes. I'm gonna try to scroll over to where we are currently. Currently we're flying to creep, so let's get this up next to creep. So there we are. Mach 0.84 is set. Yep, that is true, Juna. It is true. It is a buggy, unfinished software. That is correct. What else? We can do our approach here if we want to set that up. Our flaps, our slats, our clean speeds, all that good stuff is there. Our progress page will show us exactly what it says. Our progress on the left, it says we're going from STREP and going to creep. Expected to be over, estimated time over creep will be 1700 Zulu, which is what time is it now? Is there a clock in here somewhere? Yeah, I think it's like top of the hour, which is gonna be soon, like now. And then also, let's see what we got next is Sela. We're expected to be there 6 minutes after we get to creep. Temperature 15. You can see winds are 0 because there's 0 winds. Winds aloft. Winds aloft are the winds in the high in the sky. That's what winds aloft means. Estimated fuel on board, I guess. Where is this at? Is that now? UFOB. Not sure what U stands for, but estimated fuel on board, I guess when we get to Syracuse, is 22,000, something like that. On the PFD's o'clock, yeah, 60:59 Zulu now. Thank you, TNG Snow. Our alternate is again Cleveland, and it should show us the direction to that and all that good stuff. So, a lot of cases you don't need to use all this stuff, but it's nice to have it. On our perf page, again, it shows our econ cruise. You can change that as well and change the thrust limit. And here it comes, it's right on time. Our Rex Accu Seasons. plugin. I really tried to turn that off. I don't know how to stop it from doing that anymore. What's up, BKG? Welcome to the stream, man. We're just cruising right now, kind of taking a closer look at everything while we're in our cruise, just to see if I can learn anything new about the plane that I haven't learned already. So yeah, that's pretty much it. What we need to see. I'm gonna go to, I think it's perf. Yeah, so perf is gonna show us when we'll get to our top of descent. So it says at 1738 Zulu is when we should reach our top of descent, and probably these numbers are probably gonna be pretty accurate because we have no wind and no variable winds, so it's probably gonna calculate that pretty accurately. We're 321 miles away, so basically if I just look at the time right now, we're 38 minutes away from descending. So we're just gonna leave it on that page. We also have independent FMCs at FMC1 and FMC2, so I'm gonna go to FMC2 and we can put something else here if we want. Matter of fact, I kind of think I want to put the perf information on this one, and on my left one I'm gonna put our flight plan. That way I can monitor our top of descent and how far we are, and I can monitor our everything else. And I'm not sure if on the third one you can, I don't think this one is independent. I think I tried doing it before and it changed all of them, so I'm just gonna leave it alone. No problem, QWERTY Moose. Welcome to the stream. We're just cruising right now. SIBO sounds are also, you guys are free to do what you want to do. I mean, this is not a passenger flight. We do have a few people on board helping us out with the cargo, load masters, jump seaters, all that good stuff. And my favorite window seat. The engine view, oh, sorry. The engine view, like, is just, like, look at that engine, man. Like, it just reminds me of that mod that came out recently for the A321 and A319 and A320 for X-Plane, the CFM engine mod and IAE engine mod, and how good they look and how realistic they look. I think that one looks a little bit more high def than this, but this, yeah, like, sometimes some planes come out and they have great systems and they have, you know, solid, decent, you know, modeling and whatnot, but then they fall off on the texturing. And I think one of the most important shots to get right is that window seat, wing view, because that's one of the, when you're cruising, you're doing a 2 hour, 3 hour, 16-hour flight, you want to make sure that thing is set up and looking good. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Murphinator is in the house. What's going on, bro? Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Jet Jones, what's up, man? Welcome back as well. Is the MD-11 payware or freeware? It is absolutely payware, my friend. It is, I think, $84. Let me know in the chat. What do you guys think? You think it's worth the 84 bucks? Have you bought it already? Are you are you waiting for the next paycheck? Are you saving up a few paychecks? What is your situation? Where do you stand with the MD-11? Or do you just, you know, are you saving your money for the PMDG 737 on Microsoft Flight Sim? Am I excited for X-Plane 12? Yeah, especially like planes like this, man. Planes like this get me excited for X-Plane 12 because I'm pretty confident that, you know, they're gonna work. They're gonna be working pretty soon on X-Plane 12. And like the clouds that we have here, in my opinion, look decent. Look pretty good. They look like Microsoft Flight Sim's clouds on low settings. But the clouds and weather that we're supposed to get on X-Plane 12, I think is the thing I'm most excited about. Because we're not really getting, I mean, we're getting a lot of newish stuff and new features and new effects and things like that, which is good. But the one thing that I'm, thank you so much. Who is that? Sheesh. Let's go, Brandon. Thank you for the subscription and welcome to the Blue Arrow family. Thank you so much, man, for coming out. One of the things that I've most wanted for X-Plane is just weather. Like, look at that, it just popped in. Now it's lower clouds. It's just the weather. So, you know, yeah, that's all I want, man. That's all I want. It's some good old weather, my friends. But yes, we need sound. Absolutely, bro. We need sound. So MD-11, my thoughts on it so far is it's super quirky. Again, this is day 2, I guess, of me flying this plane. But I've also been watching streams for about 3-4 days and learning from what other people are doing. I'm not an expert at all in any way in this aircraft, but I've been learning about a lot of the bugs and issues and trying to find out what the workarounds are so that I can at least complete an A to B flight. And so far we're cruising. It has not changed our speed. We're still doing Mach 0.84. So far, again, it seems to be turning the winds off for me has definitely worked to keep the plane from stalling at cruise. But yeah, learning the quirks and working around it, when you find out what they are and you work around it, it is very enjoyable so far. Again, I have not had a great landing in this yet. I've only landed once. Again, I've done 4 flights, 3 successful. No, sorry, 4 flights, 1 successful. And on that 1 successful flight, my landing was a smasher. So the other 3 flights, I never even got to the landing part of the flight. I only got to cruise and then dead. Matter of fact, one of the times I didn't set the CG correctly, and when I took off, the plane just crashed. So yeah, you gotta be careful with that. I should know that, being a load master. Let's go outside. How much do I think the PMDG 737 will cost as a rough estimate? So on X-Plane 11 right now, a lot of planes have been coming out for what we all kind of feel is a bit expensive, right? Now they're high quality. Don't get me, I'm not saying they're not worth it. I'm just saying they just seem expensive. Like the Challenger came out at $120. This came out at $83. Anything else of this nature, like I 80s. Beluga 80s, everything that's been coming out like recently has been kind of in the above $75. PMDG being PMDG and seeing their prices on P3D and FSX being at the 80s, 90s, and $100 range, it worries me. But the trend I have been seeing with aircraft on Microsoft Flight Sim, because Microsoft Flight Sim has such a higher audience, like a greater audience, developers can actually afford to charge less. Every day.
Here's lunch on me next time you work, bro. Love your streams. No mouth face fog.
BKG, bro, thank you so much for the super chat donation, man. Lunch on you, that sounds good, bro. Thank you. I am actually, now that you say that, getting a little hungry. So seriously though, thank you so much for the support. You didn't have to do what you did, and I thank you for it. But yeah, so because Microsoft Flight Sim has such a bigger, wider audience now, like I was watching the Q&A session from a couple of days ago for Microsoft Flight Sim. The developers were saying, since the release of Microsoft Flight Sim on the xCloud, which allows people on Xbox, PC, like Mac, it really opens the door for everyone to play the game on any device with xCloud compatibility or a web browser. They said that I think the last month, more people, I think I may be misquoting this, but from what I understand, more people than ever were playing the game concurrently at one time. Last month, Microsoft Flight Sim, so which is crazy. That's crazy. El Bapino, hello my friend, bonjour, ça va, always coming through with the wine and the cheese. Bonjour, ça va, my friend, good to see you. Merci beaucoup, welcome aboard, my friend, good to see you. But yes, so because the audience is so big, they can afford to charge less. So all that being said, I'm predicting it's gonna come out in the 60s, 65, between 60 and 69 is my guess is how much the PMDG 737 will cost, which in my opinion is a sweet spot for a plane like that, in my opinion, because it's basically the cost of a game. Because if you think about how much time these developers spend on making games, it's about the same amount of time these developers spend on making planes. So a lot of people, when they first get in the flight sim, they're like, what the heck, why are the planes cost as much as the game? Well, sometimes the plane it took just as long to make as it took to make the game that it's in. Maybe not a simulator, maybe not, I don't know, sure, because this took 5 years. I think it took Microsoft Flight Sim about 5 years to make the whole sim, maybe 6. So yeah, so I mean, I'm thinking about 60, 65. I think it's fair. Honestly, if it was higher than that, I hate to say this out loud because I don't want them to get any ideas, but I mean, it doesn't really matter how much it costs. I'm gonna find the money to get it. I think some people in chat might feel the same because we want it that bad, right? We want a high fidelity plane or airliner. Let me say this: a high fidelity, common use airliner, right? Because like the BAE 146, let's talk about that plane, right? It's supposed to be a great plane, and it probably is a great plane, but it's not commonly used. It's basically a historical plane now because barely anybody uses it anymore. So for a plane like that, you can make that as detailed and freaking study level as you want, but that's not gonna make people want it because It's barely flown. The main planes that are being flown in the sky right now are Boeing 737s and A320s and their families. Those are the main two planes. No matter how good you make a BAE 146, no matter how good you make an MD-11, people are still going to go back to those core planes, 737s and A320s, because that's what all the airlines are flying, and that's what everybody's used to and are familiar with. So, yeah. Yes, I agree. Let's go, Brandon. A farm sim map is nearly isn't nearly as detailed as these aircraft. I agree with that. Thank you so much, Luke. My sky looks great. What am I using? I'm just using enhanced skyscapes. I think I might have a command for that. Type it. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Actually, I don't know. I think it's in the description of YouTube. If you're curious on giving it a try, it is a payware. It's not very expensive though, surprisingly, but it is a payware add-on for your sky and clouds. So it doesn't change the weather. It just changed the sky and the clouds. My weather engine is active sky, but that doesn't change the visual colors and stuff like that. BP Productions, what's up, my friend? Not sure if it was answered, but the flap on the outside left of the MD-11 is the outflow valve. Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, it was not answered. I did not see an answer to that. So to answer that, guys, let me see. We'll roll back here. So this little flap right here is what's called the outflow valve. What it is, I don't know. What it does, what it's outflowing, I don't know what it's outflowing. Yeah, I hope they... That's gonna be a huge miss, bro, if PMDG comes out with the 737 and doesn't hit on the sound. So out of curiosity, all my P3D and FSX people out there, how are the sounds on PMDG's products? Like the DC6 on Microsoft Flight Sim, which is the only product I have from PMDG ever, sounds amazing. So if it sounds anything in quality like that, then okay, I'm good. But just out of curiosity, like, how do the 737s and 777s, 74, like, how are the sound quality of PMDG products on P3D? Because I don't own any of them. Is the MD-11 a hard plane to learn? No, it is. Well, no, yeah, no, it's really not. It's not. I had to think about it. It's not. It's actually pretty simple. To be honest with you, it took me like 2 hours to like figure it out, but the problem was when I was trying to learn the plane, the only documentation available was their manual in the documents of the plane, which I don't like reading, so I skipped over that. And YouTube live streams were the only thing that existed when I first got my hands on this plane. So it took me 2 hours to skim through a 3-hour live stream and find all the information that I needed on how to start the plane, which was really frustrating, to be honest with you. So hopefully somebody will have already posted a tutorial on how to learn it, because with the tutorial, it is extremely easy to just start up and go. It's not that difficult, really. It really isn't. What weather engine do I have? Active Sky. I have Active Sky with enhanced cloudscapes. And another thing that people have been complaining about, and I think the winds aloft from Active Sky may have fixed this too. And I know somebody in chat said they don't think it's an Active Sky issue, but I think I am proving right now that Active Sky is the roots of many of the issues that I have personally been having. So I know you guys have watched other streams where the plane is kind of straddling the LNAV line, right? Like it's like kind of chasing it, like going left, going right, rocking left and right, doing a lot of really weird, crazy stuff. Well, we haven't had any of those issues in this flight because we don't have any wind. There's no weather up here. And so I think that's what the problem is. I think it's the weather that has been causing a lot, maybe not all of them. So I know there's like heading problems and all kind of crazy stuff going on, but a lot of the issues that we've been having, a lot of the issues that I have personally been having with this plane and causing me frustration has not occurred at all in this flight. At all. And we're gonna get a chance to do a direct 2 later. We're gonna get a chance to do heading mode when we're landing So we're gonna see all that later to see if it follows the heading bug and everything, but so far it's following the line perfectly. It climbed up the cruise. It's holding the speed at Mach 0.84. Like everything is working as I feel like it's supposed to be working. Operation Sim, welcome to stream, man. Good to see you, man. Who was that? I'm APDU. I am seeing your chats, man, but you know they kind of pop by fast sometimes, so I miss a few every once in a while. But I'm trying to catch most of them best I can, my friend. So sorry about that. So Astra says PMDG 737 on P30 are nothing special in your opinion. They don't have cabin sounds, which sucks. Okay, well I mean, I can get by without having any cabin sounds because we have add-ons that can do that. But it really comes down to the ambient of just the engine sounds, the avionics sounds, the clicking of the buttons. Like if all that sounds good, I'm okay with not having ambient sound or ambient like cabin sounds of people talking like Zebo and all that. Like that really adds a whole lot. It's a small thing, but it makes a big difference. But if it doesn't come with that, I'm okay. I can get that from Pack X or one of the other add-ons. But yeah. BKG, coming from someone who doesn't fly X-plane, what airliners are they missing? Well, we need a proper 777. Our current one is just out of date. It's old, and it's from like 10 years ago. So we need a proper 777. We need a better 787. The current one is progressing, but it's progressing extremely slow. Like we're all kind of wishing we had a quality wings, you know, 787, something of that fidelity. But we're still waiting. We might get one soon, but Flight Factor's also working on that. What other planes are we missing, guys, in X-Plane 11 or X-Plane in general? We're missing the what's that plane called? It's a business jet, but I think nobody has this one. Shoot, what do you call that one? Dang it. Dang it, what was the name of that jet? Not the Falcon, not the Challenger. The really popular long-range business jet. What's that one called, guys? I cannot remember. G5, yes sir, the Global G5. We don't have one of those, but I know it's not really a big demand for it either, so I don't see that we need it per se. 747, we have a 747. It's okay. Gulfstream, thank you. That's what I was thinking about. Gulfstream. We have a 747. That's okay. SSG has actually made it much better than it used to be. But again, it's not really PMDG level. You know, it's just not as good as people are used to on PMDG. Astra is also saying it's not the cockpit ambient sounds. It's just that the what was it you were saying? It's the engine. The cabin uses the engine exterior view sounds, so you don't get the rumble on start. Okay, that is a problem. I hope they fix that. That is not okay. No, you need to have a separate sound for engines in the cabin versus outside or in the cockpit. It does not sound the same. But does P3D have F-mod? Like, is that a thing? Love the triple contrails, the tri-jet contrails. We do have a free max, yes. We don't have an A220. We don't have a 717. We don't have an A380. We have an A330. Like, we have a lot of the planes. They just may not be, you know, to the quality that we all would kind of hope for, but they do exist at least, and a lot of them are flyable. Thank you for the offer. I'm AP, dude. I'll keep you in mind, man, but no promises on being a mod. Pixel, your question is, why does Flight's FS plane take forever to make compared to, why does a flight simulator train take forever to make compared to a train simulator train? Did I say that right? Why does a flight simulator plane take forever to make compared to a train simulator train? I don't know. I don't know that you could even compare the two. It's very different systems. I think that planes in general, like the detail that flight sims go into making planes, are much more in depth than any train sim goes into making trains. I know the trains have physics and have electric currents and stuff like that, but like when it comes to like real systems, not a single train simulator goes into as much depth as the add-ons for any flight sim, and I stand on that hardcore. I don't care what they say. We do have Embraer. We have all Embraers. Again, there's some new ones coming out too. There is gonna be there's supposed to be a high quality E175 coming in X-Plane 12, so let's wait for that. How are we doing? How far are we? We are 31 minutes out, currently flying over Cleveland. Actually, we're right over Cleveland right now, so shout out to all my Cleveland family out there. There is actually some weather. Matter of fact, you know what we haven't done this stream, and that is show the map. And to answer your question about flight training, I haven't been back in the air since the video I posted, so but hopefully soon. It's just, the truth is, now I'm gonna keep repeating this. Right now the priority is getting this house, and it's pretty darn near impossible to save for a house and do flight training at the same time, unless you're just swimming in money. So all right, so we got Sim Toolkit Pro up right now. This is our flight. So for those of you who may be in Europe or Africa or Australia who have no idea where Kentucky is, Louisville, Kentucky is, so do satellite map, right around here in the middle of nowhere. I guess. And we're flying over Detroit. You can't see nothing on this map. Let's go to light map. There we go. Yeah, so there's Louisville, Kentucky. There's Columbus, Ohio. I think Akron. I'm not sure what state that's in. And here's Cleveland. We got some weather, some storms going on. We're gonna continue over here to Syracuse. Syracuse is actually in the state of New York, but it's nowhere near New York City. New York City is way over here. And then also, it's actually right next to Rochester, New York. I've been to Rochester, New York before. Very cool little airport there. Something else that's interesting is we have ATC currently in Syracuse, and in New York Center is online. I think that's New York Center. Is that Boston Center? Don't know if they'll be around when we get there, but they happen to be there now. But yeah, right now we're over, this is Lake Erie. Yeah, that Lake Erie right here, this one right here. Yeah, Lake Erie, Lake Ontario, Lake Huron, Georgia Bay. Yeah, so we're just over the coast of Cleveland and Lake Erie right now. That's where we are currently on our flight. And we have 29 minutes, our ETE. Scott, originally from Rochester. Sweet, man. Does the MD-11 have a terrain radar? That is a great question. I don't know. Maybe we can try to find it and turn it on when it's time for us to descend. Let's turn this off now, please. I think it does, though. I would assume that it does. Let's see. Traffic, which was off. Oh, we have traffic right in front of us. Data, waypoint, VOR, airport. I don't see a terrain button. At least it's not in the place that it's usually are in other planes. Unless it's down here somewhere. Weather, turbulence, weather radar. I don't know if it has a terrain. I feel like terrain radar is pretty important in any plane, but this is a older aircraft. Akron is in Ohio. Oh, that's where Reckless is. I'm so sorry, bro. No offense. No offense. There's a few little cities here and there. I'm like, I don't know what state you're in, bro. Unless I see the lines. So yeah, but we're looking good. So real quick, checking on the plane, because you know we've had some bad experiences in the past, but it's still holding autopilot. It's perfectly on the LNAV. We do have traffic ahead of us. What's that, 30 miles? We're doing Mach 0.844. It has been holding that perfectly this entire time. We're doing heading 077. All of our engines look good. Temperature is okay. Our fuel, let's go to our fuel page. Oh, it's over here. Current fuel is 31.3 total. One thing I want to learn how to do is the I think it's under is it under init? Yeah, it's under init. And then next page. I want to learn how to use this, and it might be in the manual somewhere, but I don't know what this is. And I also wonder, did they animate and simulate fuel dumping? And where is the button to do it? Like, where would that be? Where would the fuel dump button be? Is it like one of these big ones? You would cycle the weather push button on the EFIS. Oh, that's how you do it. Let's see if it does it. No, oh, yeah, it just says weather and thunderstorms. I don't think there is a terrain mode yet. I don't see anything coming up. But yeah, where would that be? The MD-11 does, but rotate did not simulate it. Are you talking about the terrain radar? Yeah, I think he's talking about the terrain radar. Yeah, so far so good, guys. I'm really, when this plane works and you get it going like it is right now, like it really is just a beautiful plane. Like I've been, yeah, it really is, man. Here comes the bank. Time for some pictures. What is your favorite, in the chat, what is your favorite MD-11 livery or paint job? UPS, FedEx, there's a bunch of them. Lufthansa, Martinair. I want to fly Martinair really bad. Walking Fruit, where did I learn to fly this thing? Truth is, big shout out to Captain Canada. But I watched, like, I skimmed through like the startup part of like the video. It took me forever because he kept having like donations and the crap, so which is good. It's good for him to get donations, but it just took me forever to really learn what I want to learn. And then I made myself a little quick start guide, and then I also backed it up with looking at the actual tutorial from the documents that come with the plane. And all right, here we go. Our first problem. It's doing it. It's doing it. Why? Coming up on our next waypoint, it decided, nah, I want to go somewhere else. You see that? So this is definitely a bug that's not, it has nothing to do with the weather. So it is banking, it's making, what's that, 45 degrees off the flight plan now? We should be going straight to J. There wasn't even a waypoint. We didn't even like approach a waypoint. So we're gonna try to go direct and see if that'll fix it. So we're gonna go flight plan. And we want to go to, I think JHW is our next waypoint we want to get to. And we'll go in here and find JHW. Why is it not coming up? Oh, there it is, right here. Yeah, so we'll go to do direct and then JHW and then click on JHW again, and it should fly us directly there. And now this is where it begins. We have had a spot free, like a beautiful, perfect flight up until that moment right there, where we were flying. We're 60 miles away from the JHW VOR, and for some random reason the plane says, I want to go to Canada. Or actually, I think that direction would be more like New York City. Owen McFarland says, in the rotate MD-80, not the 11 but the 80, if you have Lua landing rate, it messes with nav. You don't know if that's the problem in MD-11. It could be. I would not be surprised if a lot of these systems are based on some of the MD-80 stuff, because it is similar. And it would make sense, instead of to start from scratch, to use something that's already made. So since they already made the MD-80, it would make sense for them to at least start there. DC-10 is really cool too, Pixel. So plane is now turning left to try to recapture that LNAV and fly us directly to Juliet Hotel Whiskey VOR. Surprisingly, yeah, the frames on Enhanced Skyscapes have not been bad for me. And also, on this plane, it hasn't been bad. One of the main things I was concerned about as we level off now was how the FPS was going to be, because I've had trouble, you know, I have trouble sometimes with FPS, and even in the Zebo, in flight factors planes. I have trouble with FPS in certain areas, so I can't afford another plane that kills my frames, because you know, with scenery, with ortho, with all these things already combining and plugins, it's really important that a plane be very well optimized, and I feel like they did an amazing job at optimizing this plane. Because matter of fact, this, if I compare this and the smoothness and the FPS I'm getting with this plane, I'm getting better FPS than the Zibo. Matter of fact, I would compare the FPS for me on my machine, I would compare the FPS of this to Tolis's A319, A321. Maybe not as high, probably just below that, but I'm getting very smooth experience. I mean, you can even tell from as we're flying. Check out some of my animated views and how smooth they are. If I had done this in like the Flight Factor A320, it would be like 20 FPS, 25 maybe on a good day. So very smooth. Urge Panda, what's up with the standby horizon? You know, that's a good question. I don't know. It was probably a way to uncage it or something. Let me see, because I have actually never touched it. Yep, that's what it was. He's got to uncage it. So there's actually nothing wrong with it. It's doing what it's supposed to do. All right, where's our top of descent? Top of descent on here, it's gonna tell us that it is perf page 69 miles away. We'll be descending at 1758 Zulu. That is gonna be in about 7 minutes. What do I think of the A340 from Tolis? It seems like a good plane. I don't own it. I'm just not an A340 fan. Like, the plane in real life is just not a plane I look forward to seeing, you know, like it's not something that excites me. So and I don't, it's really, it's not used very often today. Not a lot of airlines are flying it, and they're not flying to a lot of the parts of the world I'm used to flying to. They're mainly used for really long hauls, so it just doesn't really fit. It doesn't really fit me, so I decided not to buy it. You know, I watch other people fly it, and again, it looks decent. I don't know how good it really is. If you guys own it, you could tell me what you think of the plane, but that's kind of my thoughts on it. I just decided to skip on that, on buying that one. Walking Fruit though in chat is saying that the A321 and 19 quality is much better than the 340, which is actually not good. I mean, the quality of the 21 and 19 are great. I'm just saying the fact that they came out with a 340 years later. Like, whenever you're a developer and you're creating products, a line of products, your latest product should always be your best, right? It should always be your best. And I think it's been this past year has been a really fun year in the flight sim. This past few years, honestly, have been just a great time to be a flight simmer, to be in the community. I mean, Microsoft Flight Sim came out, and been really enjoying that. And then on the X-Plane side, to my surprise, we've had some amazing releases. We got the INI A300 that I absolutely love, and I think when it comes to tube liners, Payware tube liners, it's still my favorite one. It's not better than Zibo. Zibo's my top. Lil Panda, thank you for the subscription, my friend. Welcome to the Blue Arrow family. It's good to see you. Welcome aboard, my friend. My top is a 737 Zibo. It's just, it can't be dethroned. You'd have to probably pay $250 for an add-on that could beat Zibo. Seriously. But right after that, after Zibo is INI for me. Yurik, thank you for the subscription as well. Welcome to the Blue Arrow Royal family. And also, not just a couple months ago or a few months ago, FlyJ Sim, another long-awaited project, came out with that Dash 8, which we haven't flown in a month or so. I'm gonna go back to it. I'm just kind of cycling through these different planes we got, you know. But the Dash 8 changed the game with the quality that they brought with that plane, the fidelity. It was just amazing. Or it is, I should say, amazing. It's still being updated today. And the Challenger 650. Just think about some of the planes we have gotten in the past few years. But they're also challenging. The Dash 8 challenging to fly and learn. It's completely different than anything we're used to flying. The CRJ always challenging to fly and learn, because it's just so different than what we think our mindset is. Sorry, did I say Challenger? Yeah, Challenger. Or yeah, both CRJ and Challenger, kind of the same boat. They're both kind of just very different to fly and do things with. I don't know why we're like banking. There's no wind. I don't know why we're like at an angle. That's weird. What else has come out? MD-11 obviously just came out today or a couple days ago. I'm hoping somebody will make an A220. There is an A220 being worked on for Microsoft Flight Sim already. We know that for sure. I don't know when it's gonna come out. I'm looking forward to seeing an A220. We don't have an A220 on either the sims that I play on Microsoft or on X-Plane, so I'm looking forward to kind of learning that. I see a lot of those at work. They sound really cool. They look interesting, and I just want to know more about that plane. What else have we got? I think that's the main stuff. Level Up came out. I mean, I wouldn't really put. I mean, you know, I personally wouldn't put, you know, Level Up on the top of my list of anything. But yeah, that happened. It's good. It's good. People are using it. It broadens the available 737 family you can fly on X-Plane. The Maxes, the freeware Max is out. The 340 came out. A lot of people really enjoy that plane. The 747, I think the 200, I believe, or the 400, that old classic one. They've been flying. That one came out in the last year or so, I believe. So. The Level Up, yeah, Level Up uses the same core as Zibo, but probably a couple versions behind or something like that. But I would like to see the Level Up project make more updates. I feel like they're behind already. You know what I mean? Like it's okay. Like it's good. It's not bad. Like, if Zibo didn't exist, it'd be the best thing out there, right? But Zibo does exist, and if you're making a 737, you got to know that you're gonna get compared to, even if it's a version of Zibo. So before we miss our top percent, I love this view. We're gonna come back to this view, but I want to go ahead and set our descent altitude and start planning our descent. Again, we don't have a star going into.
All aboard!
Thank you so much, Dickens Cider, for the subscription. Welcome to the Blue Arrow Royal family. Welcome aboard, my good friend. It is good to see you. Great to see you. I'm gonna plan the mode. There we go. And we'll adjust our screen here so we can see both. And you can see we are coming up on. Did we pass JHW? We did. Okay, so our next waypoint is actually the Syracuse VOR. Our top of the descent is before it, but we're going up on that. How high do we want to be when we get to the Syracuse VOR? That is the question. The approach calls for 2,700 feet over here. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. Yeah, so here's the Syracuse VOR. And then the approach is over here. Will be at 2,700 at the beginning of it. So I would say we can get away with like 6. Oh no, 8. Down here it says 8,000. That might be okay because it's about, what's that? Oh, hello, Boston Center. Oh, hello there. 1347. I was in the middle of planning my descent. Let's just go and set our altitude to 8,000 feet so we don't miss our descent in case anything happens. 8,200 to be exact. There we go. And setting that altitude, it should automatically descend when we get to the top of descent, which is coming up in very, very soon. So we need to switch over to 1347, and I can actually do that on my thing over here. But I'm gonna do it on here. So 1347. And again, you can turn it up and down with this guy.
Station 7 Kilo X-ray, runway 15 Charlie,
turn down a little bit.
Alpha, Golf, cross runway 19er.
15 Charlie, Alpha, Golf, cross runway 19er.
All right, who are we? UPS. Where are we at? 35,000 feet. Where are we going? Syracuse. Who are you talking to? Boston. Boston Center. UPS 116 heavy is at 35,000 feet. Requesting to send down into Syracuse.
US 116 Boston Center, good afternoon. Ident, descend and maintain for level 240.
I know that guy. Alright, well, ident and descend down to flight level 240, UPS 116 heavy. I know that guy. I know that. That voice sounds familiar.
1691 at flight level
Alright, so we're gonna not do the VNAV thing.
1691 Boston Center, squawk 4732.
Alright, or are we? Maybe we will.
4732, American 1691.
Alright, 240. He wants us to ident. I don't know if that works, but we'll have to find out.
125, runway 33 left, taxi via Alpha.
There's
Charlie,
ident.
cross runway 4 left, hold short of runway 4 right.
So I didn't manually select altitude because I wanted to prove to you guys that the VNAV works. So now we met the top descent,
Good afternoon, Boston
and
Center.
it's now descending via the VNAV profile.
On the couple on 1, United 520.
And we're gonna want him to stop at 24,000 feet. So I'm just gonna let him do his thing. He's going about negative 3,200 feet per minute right now. Right here it says add drag, so we're gonna add some drag in.
One Mike Charlie, wind calm, circle west, runway 15, clear.
Another missed opportunity is the sound of those speed brakes when they come out. These are some big wings with big speed brakes. We definitely need that sound.
United 524.
One thing I don't understand is when it
you guys
says
probably should
initialize
concentrate into the 2D there.
cruise flight level. Why does it say that when I'm descending? It always says that when I'm descending, and I don't know why.
Something's going on, then I'll try and figure it out. Stand by. 524, you're squawking 474.
Alright, so we're descending down to 24,000 feet. We're still identing as he requested. I'm gonna put the seatbelt signs on. It might get a little bumpy on the way down. Or put it on. There we go. And yeah, cool. Let's get the weather in Syracuse.
524, radar contact 59 miles west of Syracuse, descend and maintain 1000, altimeter 2955.
Oh, there's our answer. I can barely hear that person.
524, descend and maintain 11,000, 1000. Number 4, Papa Sierra, cross Hefty at or above 3,000. Clear
So it also
VOR,
now
DB,
says
runway 16
remove
approach.
drag, so we can take that drag away now.
UPS 116, radar contact 83 miles southwest of Syracuse, descend and maintain 1000, altimeter 2955.
Down to 1000, altimeter 29955, UPS 116, heavy.
American 1691, radar contact 140 miles west
He
of
said
Syracuse.
11,000, right guys? 11,000 feet?
Cross 30 miles, 30 miles west of Syracuse at and maintain blood level, correction, at and maintain 1000, the Syracuse altimeter 2955.
So maintain 1000, American 1691.
Here we go. Oh, we got some
West
clouds.
175, verify your transponders on.
Eesh. Popping in like that, man.
608, expect ILS runway 27 approach.
Discontinuity ahead, I know. I'm gonna want
7
to
kilo X-ray,
maintain
fly
this
runway
heading
heading,
here.
wind calm, runway 15, clear for takeoff.
077 in case anything happens. So I'm gonna pre-select
Did I miss a call or
that.
anything else from anyone?
And we're going towards Syracuse. After Syracuse, we will have a discontinuity, which is okay. We're expecting that.
Wiggins 981 is on the ground in Bradley looking for IFR clearance.
Look at this
Wiggins
going
981
between the
Boston Center,
clouds.
Good afternoon, cleared to the Hyannis Airport via the Bradley 6 departure. Route vectors Hartford, then as filed. Maintain 4,000. Departure on this frequency.
What's up, my friend? Also flying in
4751.
the MD-11. Hopefully you're enjoying it and working through the issues that we have currently. I'm be honest with you guys. Yesterday, when trying to learn how to fly this plane and fly from A to B, it got so frustrating that I almost canceled today's stream. Like, I was
581
so
readback
pissed.
is correct, expect runway 15.
I've never been like so upset about flying a new plane before until flying this one.
119
All right, more drag. We go halfway.
Please, I'm not showing anything in the system for you.
50%
Break
of the
November
drag.
342 Golf X-ray Boston Center.
You can see it's doing it on the speed brake as well.
I'll make sure I got you back on
Just gonna
now
go
and
full.
clear gun your aircraft type.
It's 172.
Passing 21,000 feet now.
Boston Center, it races 492 requesting descent for your approach.
Ever 6492, leaving my airspace. New York is closed. Radar service intermitted. Descend at your discretion. Frequency change approved.
GG Unicom, thank you very much. Have a good day. And ever
By the way, since
November 7 Kilo X-ray
he's
radar
on
contact,
VATSIM
maintain
controlling right now, I want to say big shout out to
00
FS Expo and just how amazing of an event that is. If you guys get the opportunity to go to FS Expo this next coming up year, definitely jump on it, plan for it, save for it, whatever you got to do. Bring your family, bring your kids. It's so much fun. And it's so cool meeting different people in the flight sim community, getting your hands on the new hardware or hardware you just might not have. It's definitely worth it, man. So definitely come out next time. Alright, remove drag.
United 119, say aircraft type. Number 7 Kilo X-ray cleared direct
Alright,
airport.
so we are expecting 28 ILS 28.
United 119.
We're gonna have to manually most likely put in our ILS. That's gonna be 109.9. That is actually correct. And 280 is a CRS. I don't know why the CRS is wrong. So I'm gonna put this in manually.
Syracuse?
10. There's Airbus.
Are you going to Syracuse?
Not Syracuse. Oh, yes, Syracuse, sorry.
280.
United 119, thank you. Ident.
And we'll go flight plan. All looks good so far.
Sorry, what was
United 119, actually, I'm going to give you
15,000 feet. It wants more drag again, so I'll give you some drag.
it? 4723, 9119.
Southwest 125.
But yeah, it's definitely been a challenge getting my hand and getting in control of this aircraft when learning it. But again, a lot of it's because of this it being buggy. It's really not extremely difficult plane to fly. It's different than what we're used to in flying Boeings or Airbuses. It's definitely different. So there is a learning curve when trying to get your head around the systems and just how it works. Alright, remove drag. But yeah.
West 221 standby, November 1 Mike Charlie, taxi to parking, so long.
Now this is what I'm curious about. We don't have winds aloft, which means up in the air we're not getting any wind. But when it comes down to landing, surface winds are supposed to still be on. So if it's like a gusty day, or there's an altitude coming up, or just the winds are just crazy, like how is that transition from no wind to local wind gonna affect the plane when it comes to landing? That's what I'm curious about. That's gonna be interesting. Does it have wing flex? Yes, it does. I'll leave it here for a little bit so you can watch. Thank you, Walking Fruit. Thank you very much, my man. I'll see you later, bro. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out with us for as long as you could.
Southwest 221 Boston Center.
Yeah, we're not really bouncing around right now, so we can't see the wing flex. We'll see it when we land.
Southwest 221, push approved. Break November 4 Papa Sierra. Will this approach terminate?
Beautiful, man. Just, yeah, I'm loving this.
The published mist, or did you want to vector it off?
If you ignore the sound issues, I'm just really loving this
4
right
Papa Sierra
now.
on the go. Turn left, heading 130. Climb and maintain 3,000. Wind 140 at 7. Runway 16. Cleared for the option.
Alright, so we're gonna stay here at 11,000 feet until he clears us to go lower.
United 524 heavy, turn right,
And our speed is coming back. I don't feel that we need our speed to come back. Matter of fact, I'm going to switch away from FMC speed and put my own speed in. So I'm going to pre-select 336 and down click or hold it out. I can find the arrow, I'll do it. Up, I don't want to go up, I want to go down. Alright, there's down on the arrow. And now we should be in the control of the thrust ourselves. I think it's down. Might be up. Let's do 310 and we'll put down, we'll see what happens. Is that right? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so select your altitude and then press it, pull down on it and it'll do it. So now we're still doing nav mode hold, right? We're doing altitude hold.
Heavy, turn right, heading 100, vector for the ILS, runway 28 approach, descend and maintain 5,000.
Right 100, vectors for ILS 28 approach, and down to 5,000, UPS 160 heavy. Alright, so we're gonna go
United
completely
119, squawk 47.
manual here. So we're gonna go that, down select on the nav, I mean on the heading here. That's gonna take us out of nav mode.
524 heading, turn left heading 100.
There we go, making a right turn to 100. That's gonna be a left downwind for runway 28 and down to 5,000 feet.
November 2 Golf X-ray, quantum altimeter 2954.
And it's actually already just descending for us.
Left downwind, runway
I would like to personally take control of that descent.
For the airport in sight.
We need to slow down to. We have to go down below 10,000 feet. Let's go to 246. Down click that. Down click.
United 119. Radar contact 47 miles southwest.
And a little bit of speed brakes, get it slowed down. We'll zoom in on this guy. And I wanted to send using vertical speed mode. Or actually we'll do, I think if you down click, it puts it in the flight change mode.
Southwest 125,
So
your
we'll do it like
departure
that.
runway is runway 33 left.
I believe that's how it works. And the altimeter is 2955.
Short of runway 27.
Very different. What we had selected before.
It's 541 heavy
There we
bomb,
do.
center push approved.
Alright, let's take a look real quick,
Alright,
make sure
now
everything's
someone
working.
was looking for some information in Syracuse, I
So
think. Who was
speed is
that?
good. We'll bring the speed brakes out.
At 119,
You're
descend
descending.
and maintain 1000, the Syracuse altimeter 2955.
And we're doing heading 100 on autopilot 2.
United 119.
And there's 8,000 feet.
I wasn't sure, what was it again? 110?
United 119. Expect ILS, runway 28 approach, Syracuse altimeter 2955.
28 left.
Southwest 221, runway 33 left, taxi via Echo, Bravo, Charlie, cross runway 4 left, hold short of runway 4 right.
Be easy on him, Evan. He's new.
West 125, cross runway 27 at
Be
Charlie.
easy on him. Alright, land lights on. We're below 10,000 feet. Smoking, or not smoking, landing, what you call it? We'll turn these
United
on.
119, expect ILS,
Anti-ice
runway 2.
On. Overhead, all
approach.
looks fine. We've already pre-done our localizer and ILS information. That's good to go. Altimeter is set. Make sure I'm not forgetting anything here. Oh, flaps.
American 5228, wind
For
27012,
flaps, we're gonna set it to
fly runway
15
heading,
here.
runway 28, cleared for takeoff.
And then if I go into our second FM, I'm gonna use our main
Purple Papa
FMC.
Sierra radar contacted 2500.
And I'm gonna go
Climb
to takeoff
maintain 5000
approach. We'll do
and
landing
clear Boston Airport.
35 degrees flaps for landing today. And our VREF will be 156 and our approach speed will be
United
161.
119, I just need you to read back the runway assignment. Expect the ILS, runway 28 approach.
Thank you, Evan. Yeah, seriously, like, if you guys are new, I was having a conversation last night with a guy who's new to VATSIM.
125, wind calm,
If you're new to
runway 33
VATSIM,
left, clear for takeoff,
a
traffic
lot of
7
controllers
miles for the
are
crossing
very
runway.
patient. Matter of fact, most of the controls on VATSIM are very patient, and if you just let them know, hey, or like just send them a text chat and say, hey, I'm new, just be patient with me, right? And they're usually, you know, if you have questions, you can always ask them, like, hey, what am I, you know, obviously try to learn as much as you can before you get on the network, right? But you can ask questions, and they are very helpful. Uh-oh, these clouds are killing my FPS.
3782, you had to try to call you earlier. You can go to Unicom. American.
JB Gaming is in the house. What's up, man?
Was it
Welcome to the
American calling
stream.
there?
How old is the ATC? He sounds like he's 16.
Okay, let me just wait for this off the direction. Delta is not answering me, and then I will get you moving.
That's
American
hilarious.
5228, radar contact. Climb and maintain.
I hope he's watching.
10,000, say altitude.
Hope he's watching.
2,000, and we're up to 10,000.
He's not 16.
At
He's a
524
grown
heading,
man.
turn left heading to.
And so we're probably going to be on this heading for a while.
Because
Because we're on a left down. Our airport is off our nose to our left at our 11 o'clock. Now, yes,
Takeoff 541 heavy.
there
runway
are some
33
very
left,
young
taxi
controllers out there.
Kilo
This is not one of them.
Bravo Charlie, cross runway 4 left, hold short of runway 4 right.
Now, I feel like that effect is a bit exaggerated. Airport should be over here somewhere.
Runway 33 left, via Kilo Bravo Charlie,
You're good, Airbus.
cross
You're
runway
good.
4
You're
left,
good, bro.
hold short of runway 4 right, FedEx 541 heavy.
Just keep doing it, man. Like, if you're new to VATSIM, just keep doing it, keep learning, keep doing flights. Just don't fly into any extremely busy areas. You know, like today we only have a few planes that he's controlling, so that's a perfect situation for somebody who's learning. But don't fly into London Heathrow or JFK when there's like 100 arrivals in there. That's, you're not gonna get any help in that situation.
Right at Charlie, hold short of runway 27.
Alright guys, looking at Syracuse off our left wing.
119, turn 10 degrees right, descend and maintain 6,000.
Now, do you guys hear that sound?
At 119, descend and maintain 6,000.
It may be really low for you guys. What is it? There's a sound in the background. I don't know what it is.
1691, turn 10 degrees left,
Like,
vector for the right downwind dial, that's runway 28, descend, now you can maintain 1,000.
I don't know if it's the trim.
Roger that. Left 10 degrees.
What it is.
American 1691.
Alright, so
Gear 5228, clear right down my
and
right,
at
climb and maintain
5,000
level
feet, we
230.
still don't have any weather
Alright, that's
per se. I'm not seeing any weather popping up.
And at 524 heavy, 3 miles from Stoda, cross Stoda at or above 3,000, cleared ILS runway.
Is it Morse
28
code?
approach, maintain
It might be Morse
170
code.
knots or greater.
It's not like beep, beep, beep.
until
That's what I'm used to hearing from Morse code. I don't think it's Morse code. It might be though. It could be a different version of Morse code. Alright, airport's gonna be, there it is, Syracuse, right there. We're landing our way 28. Where is cargo?
To Zimby as well. 70 graded to Zimby, United 524 heavy.
I think it's on the
United 524 heavy,
south.
see a readback from you on the speed, maintain 170
Or actually
knots
might
or
be over
greater.
there.
Maintain 170 knots or greater, United 524.
Oh, is that Josh?
116 heavy, caution wake turbulence following a heavy Boeing 787. Reduce speed to 210.
Alright,
And then maintain 4,000.
down to 4,000, reduce speed to 210 knots. And watch out for that wake turbulence. UPS 160 heavy. Alright,
Again, 1691, descend and maintain 5,000.
Alright, so again, select the speed, right, and then down click, and that will actually activate that speed. The plane will now slow down to capture that speed, and we'll descend down to 4,000 feet at the same time. So I'm going to rotate this to pre-select the altitude, and then again I'm going to down click it to activate that altitude, and it's going to use flight change mode to get us down to that 4,000 feet. You could also just scroll up the vertical speed here, and it'll just do vertical speed.
runway 15, taxi.
I do not have that traffic in sight.
Actually, I think I lost you there. You still on the ground at Bradley?
He's there somewhere. I feel like we need flaps. We need flaps. Oh, we need flaps bad. We're about to stall.
2 Golf X-ray radio service terminated. Squawk VFR. Enter left downwind runway 16. Almost 125. Climb and maintain level 190.
All right, because we're in that dial of flap setting now, it's actually putting the flaps down to 15.
350.
Left 350, UPS 160 heavy.
Mid 119, descend and maintain 4,000, then reduce speed to 210.
And click down. That's gonna be our base
119,
leg.
caution, wake
Okay,
turbulence,
that's not the right
heavy
direction.
MD-11 on the approach. Break Wiggins 981, runway 15, taxi via uniform. Will you be ready upon reaching?
Okay, I think I know what the problem is, guys. If you try to do a turn
Again, 5228, leaving my airspace.
greater than
Your center
90
is closed.
degrees,
Further climb your discretion. Radar service terminated. Frequency
the
change approved.
autopilot gets extremely confused.
6541 heavy, cross runway 4 right at Charlie. Hold
So we're
short
gonna
of
let
runway
it do like
27.
kind of 45 degrees at a time. Alright, I'm gonna down, let's click it again.
2 Golf X-ray, runway 16, clear to land.
There it is, I just found a
190,
workaround.
12.
I just found a workaround. So yeah, so if you try to do like a 90-degree turn left or right, it's not gonna go the direction you want to go. But if you make like
November
45
2
degrees
callback straight,
or so,
runway 16 clear to land.
what was the heading he gave me? I forgot what it was. 30, 350?
221, wind calm, runway 33 left, cleared for takeoff.
Down click.
For Papa Sierra, turn 20, 20
Keep
degrees
that turn
right, vector
coming.
for the
Uh-oh.
ILS runway 27.
Oh, I know what it is.
2953,
Okay, hold
LD
on. No,
approach
go
terminate.
0. No, 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 no. Okay, it's not what I just said. That's not what, how. So if you go, if you scroll.
UPS 116 heavy, turn left heading 310, intercept the localizer.
Oh, great. Left 310, intercept the localizer. UPS 116 heavy.
FedEx 541 heavy, cross runway 27 at Charlie.
I don't know how we're gonna pull this off with autopilot. I don't think it's gonna let us go
Zero
that
Hotel
far.
Delta, descend and maintain 3000.
I want to go to 310. Let's try it and see what happens. 310.
Engine 1691, turn right heading 100, reduce
Down,
speed to
down,
210.
down, down.
Right heading
And
100.
yeah, it's going right.
Down
Ah,
to
shoot.
210 American 1691.
Okay, I'm gonna have to take
West
control.
125, climb and maintain for level 240. That'll be your final for direction of flight.
There we go.
At 119, turn left heading 350.
Alright, well, we found out what that is.
In 981, fly heading 180,
Doesn't like
runway
left
15,
turns.
clear for takeoff.
I have the controls.
At 524 heavy, wind 260 at 12, runway 28, cleared to land. Clear to land,
And I'm gonna get approach mode armed.
GS 116 heavy, looks like you're just flying through the localizer. Turn left heading 260. Descend and maintain 2000 until established on the localizer. Clear ILS runway 28 approach. And maintain 170 knots or greater until ZB.
Alright, left 260 down to 2000 until established on the ILS 28 approach and maintain 210 or greater until ZB. UPS 116 heavy.
UPS 116 heavy, maintain 170 knots or greater until ZB.
170 knots or greater until ZB.
West 221, radar contact, climb and maintain
Very tricky.
9,000. Turn left heading 240.
Alright, speed is selected. Flaps are down. We're
Aircraft
gonna
off
have to
88,
fly the
Delta
ILS
2949,
manually.
FedEx 541
It has picked up
heavy.
the ILS though, that is good.
Wind
We have the ILS, we're just
runway
sitting down for
33 left,
2,000
clear for
feet,
takeoff.
again manually, using the trim.
At 119, stay speed.
And I'm turning to right again early because
Assign 210 knots, United
think I
119,
just,
reduce speed to 210, expect a
I'm
vector
actually gonna
across the
switch
localizer.
this to where is it at? Approach mode.
United 119,
Yeah,
it
we're
also
right.
should be descending to 4,000. Send and maintain 4,000.
The speed brakes. And I'll give you guys a quick view. Enjoy the landing, guys. Hopefully we do okay. Alright, we're a little high. Right, low, sorry. Alright, so we're doing 180 knots. I'm gonna go.
Southwest 125, yeah, you should be flying the Highland 6 departure as per your flight plan. United 119, turn left heading 260, join the localizer. United 564, thinking in runway 28. United 524,
I have the field in sight.
heavy, taxi to the ramp via Alpha and Foxtrot. Have a
Alright,
good
it
afternoon.
automatically turned the packs off. We'll retract speed brakes. Also, you're way too low.
PS 116 heavy, wind 280 at 8, runway 28, clear to land.
28 clear to land. UPS 160 heavy.
United 119, 9 miles from Mazimbi. Descend and maintain
Trying to gain some altitude because
2,000
we
until
lost
established
we're
on
like
the localizer.
less than 1,000 feet up
Cleared
right now,
ILS,
which is not
runway
okay.
28 approach.
So let's get back up on that glide slope here.
2,000, clear for that.
Also, at the same time, need to go over here
North
and do some
221 traffic,
things.
10 o'clock, 2 miles southwestbound, maneuvering aircraft type unknown, altitude indicates 12,600.
There we go.
Zero Hotel Delta,
I
turn
think
right
we're
heading
lined up for the
180.
wrong runway. There's only Yeah, there's only two.
981 radar
Yeah,
contact.
that's it. That's the
climb and
runway.
maintain
Our ILS is off.
Climb and maintain 1000.
That's what the problem is. Or is it?
FedEx 541 heavy radar contact. Climb and maintain 4000. Say altitude. Number 0 Hotel Delta. Turn right heading 240 and
guys.
localizer.
Yep, gear. You're right. Need those.
Northwest 221. Turn left direct dunk.
And down to 35.
November 0 Hotel Delta, turn right heading 250 and accept the localizer.
Alright, so far, we're coming back Zimby. I'm gonna take over the auto throttle now.
United 119, reduce to final approach.
High throttles.
Final approach.
Alright, flaps are set for landing. Gear is down 3 green, indicating we are on the localizer. Still below the glide slope somehow.
Right heading 170 and down to 3000 for American 1691.
And I have full control.
Above 221, the previously mentioned traffic's now behind you, and they are no factor. They're also not talking to me.
500.
Like I said, they haven't been talking to me at all.
400.
Number 0 Hotel Delta, heading, you got that on 240 there?
Glide slope is way off.
Number 0 Hotel Delta, 6 miles from Rivet, maintain heading 240 and 2000 until established on the localizer. Code ILS runway 28 approach.
100.
Sync rate.
50. 40. 30.
Number 2 Golf X-ray, good job on your wings VFR 2, taxi to the ramp via Alpha.
10.
4 Papa Sierra, advise ready to copy on the go instructions. 4 Papa Sierra on the go, fly heading 340, climb and maintain 3000.
Come on, reverses.
4 Papa Sierra, back is correct. Caution wake turbulence following a citation, descend to
There, it's
maintain
reverse.
3000. Thank you. United 119, caution wake turbulence, heavy MD-11 landed in front, wind 280 at 8, runway 28, clear land.
Woo! That was a rush. Our reverses disarm yet? There they are.
FedEx 541 for direction of flight, climb and
I think
maintain
cargo's
the
over
level
there.
360, that'll be your final.
Not sure.
Again 1691, turn right heading 260 and accept the localizer.
Alright, I need my nose will
Right
tilt
heading
thingy.
260 and accept the localizer American 1691.
VS 116 heavy, turn right on Victor and taxi to parking via Alpha, Quebec.
Right on Victor, taxi via Alpha Quebec, UPS 116 heavy.
Number 0 Hotel Delta, wind calm, runway 27, cleared to land.
Ladies and gentlemen, we made it. We are alive. It wasn't the prettiest of approaches. And we'll watch it in the replay and see how it looked, but
1st November 7,
we
Kilo X-ray,
didn't
descend and
smash it.
maintain
We almost did. I think I got a nice
Providence
save.
altimeter 2951.
Welcome to Vertical Sims Syracuse.
176 Charlie
Let's
Romeo.
get some power in this turn. Auto brake is automatically turned itself off.
Number 6 Charlie Romeo,
Landing
squawk
lights off, taxi lights will leave
4714,
them
break
on.
American 1691, 90 miles from Zimby, turn right heading
And this is Quebec right
310.
here.
Descend and maintain 2000 until established on the localizer.
Yeah, it's a
Code
float
ILS runway
plane.
28 approach.
It is. So let's see, which one should we spot? We'll take the one on the
Leopard
end.
1691.
Affirmative.
Roger, cleared for the ILS 28 approach, American 1691. Descend and maintain 2000.
At 1691, yep, heading 310 and 2000 until
There's our
established.
parking spot right here, I think. Yeah,
Roger.
looking for
We're established on the localizer.
the
Number 1
interesting
Papa Sierra,
parking
turn left
spot.
heading 280.
I don't know where to park because I don't have a
United
marshal.
119, exit to the right on Whiskey, join Alpha to
Oh
parking.
wait, it's right here. There's nothing over there. We need to back up. Shoot. Best way to do that is to go down and loop back around.
American 1691, wind 2808, runway 28, clear to land.
Clear to land 28, American 1691.
For Papa Sierra, may go slightly to the localizer, 4 miles from Loner, turn left heading 260, maintain 3000 until established
We're
on
gonna
the
make a loop right
localizer,
here,
code
just
ILS
turn
runway
around and
27
come back.
approach.
Arturo, do I have a steering wheel? Yes, I do.
Papa Sierra back is correct.
Yeah,
November
watch the
7,
wingspan over there.
Kilo X-ray, the New London altimeter 2952, say approach request.
2952 and requesting RNAV 23.
It amazes me how well these
Number 7,
big
Kilo
aircraft
X-ray,
can just make sharp
RNAV,
turns.
runway 23 approach.
Alright, we wanna
when
park right
able,
over there.
proceed. Let's see where I can push it here. Proceed direct Norwich.
Direct Norwich and looks like RNAV 23.
Yeah, right here. Right? No, the next one. He's like, what is he doing?
Number 6, Charlie Romeo, radar contact position as reported. Maintain DFR, the Bradley altimeter
Thai models
2949.
just released Sydney for what platform? Was it X-Plane, P3D, Microsoft Flight Sim? Gotta be specific now. Alright, here's where we're
Number
going.
7, Kilo X-ray, cross Norwich.
Oh, there's a marshaller.
4000,
Cool.
cleared on Av, runway 23 approach. If you need any time for the descent and the hold and load, just let me know, please.
Represent 4000 in Norwich and clear for the RNAV 23. 7 for those ship fund.
Thank you. Anyone else that was calling for a clearance or anything that I may have missed? Northwest 221, clear direct Nantucket Airport. Northwest 221, thank you. Expect that. November 0, Hotel Delta, cross runway 4 right at Echo, then taxi.
There we go.
via runway 4 left, Quebec,
Parking brake set.
and Bravo.
Throttles at idle. APU on. There it is. Turn the lights off. Can you stop blinding the marshaller guy? Strobes are good. We can lights stay on until we do the engine start. Shut down.
Hotel Delta, taxi via
Just
Echo,
wait for the APU to fire up.
runway 4 left,
And then we'll.
Quebec, Bravo.
Alright, flaps are still down. Oh, that was
Runway
nice.
4 left, and then after that, it's going to be Quebec and Bravo. So Echo, you make the right turn onto
So,
runway 4 left.
had an issue
and then
with
you
turning
continue up
left
to
on
taxiway
final.
Quebec, about halfway down the
That's a
runway,
major problem.
And then from Quebec, right turn on Bravo. I'll keep an eye on you.
Had a random problem where the nav decided to go to a different city.
Number 4, Papa Sierra, runway 27, cleared for the
But
option.
for the most part, this went a lot better than I expected, given my track
Canada
record. at this
33.
point. Is APU on yet?
Air Canada 33.
It's a veil. Shut her down.
Squawk 4712, say altitude.
4712, and we're at flight level 250.
Oh, I was a little bit off the line. Oh, not good. That's okay. It is okay. I also wish there was a way to like offload.
117, Boston Center, welcome, squawk 4755.
We do have somebody coming in. If it's one of our guys, we'll wait for them before we watch our
Canada
replay.
33, radar contact 125 miles west of Ponce.
Let's see, who is it on final right now? That is American 1691 from Louisville to Syracuse. So we'll watch him. Let's go hop in our camera. We'll do a little bit of plane spotting here in Syracuse before we do our replay. Especially since we have VATSIM velocity now, we can do that. Airbus landed. Congrats, bro.
Good afternoon. Clearance on request. Wings IFR.
I didn't get to see you land though, Airbus. That sucks. Where are you at? I didn't even see you on the airport.
Phoenix 666 cleared to the Burlington Airport via the Hanscom 3 departure. Radar vectors Gardner. Then as filed.
Ah, here he comes.
Maintain 2000. Departure
Back
on this
as
frequency.
American
squawk
737.
4705.
And I think he's down.
666, readback is correct. Expect runway 28.
There it is. Welcome, my
Expect
friend.
runway 29er.
Welcome to Syracuse. I think it's our last guy. Let me see. Make sure we're not missing anybody. Our landing rate was a 163.
Southwest 221, fly heading 150.
Pretty confident we floated, but we'll see it in the replay here in just a second. Before we go, I gotta say bye to Evan.
1691, exit right, join Alpha to parking. Good afternoon.
Exit right, join Alpha to parking. American 1691. Thanks for the ATC and have a good one.
Oh, thanks a lot.
All right, thanks for the ATC. We're out. UPS 116 Heavy. Have a great day. And disconnect. There we go. Let's watch that replay. I can't wait to see it. All the flights I've done, most of them have been at nighttime. Or the one successful landing I had was at night, so I couldn't really enjoy what it looked like landing. So now it's basically my first time ever getting to see it land. Let me turn a few things off. Where is OBS? There it is. Turn it off and replay. Let's get it. A little bit farther back. We came in, I think we came in low, didn't we? I feel like we came in low. I know we were low at one point. Alright, I'm gonna turn my camera off. And let's see how we did. It feels like my first landing because I've rarely landed. I've rarely gotten this far. And yep, big float. And then drop it down. A little bit of a bounce. Here comes the nose gear and reversers. Yeah, so I've noticed a lot of people have had issues with getting the reversers to work. I gotta figure that out still. I do like the texturing though. Look at the texturing in that reverser, in that engine. That's gorgeous. Yes, Madison, this is gonna be our last flight of the day, our one and only flight of the day. The flaps aren't extended for the replay. You have to re-extend them in replay. Oh, really? I gotta go in here and do it? Oh, really? I do have to go in here and do it. That's funny. That's interesting. Usually you can't control things in the replay. All right, run it back. HD, you about to see, bro. I'm about to run it back one more time. We got a 163. We floated it quite a bit, but if you see how we were about to smash it, I'll take the float any day because we were about to smash it down. Yes, it is very buggy, but we were able today to find some workarounds around a lot of the bugs and get a complete flight. Yep, wing view coming up. There's a float, and then dropped it down. It is a bit different landing, having that big heavy engine on the back. The weight and balance is a bit different, right? But we did it. It's much better than I would have predicted. Honestly, much better than I would have predicted. We're gonna do this view first, and then we'll do the wing view. Nose came back up just a little bit there. You see the middle wheel is actually not even contacting the ground. I'm a little Yep, there it is. Now it's touching. Or yeah, the middle wheel is like barely touching the ground. I guess that's real. I guess that's realistic. I'm having, I don't know what exact FPS I'm getting right now, but I know that I'm getting smooth FPS. It's not like 60 or nothing like that, but it's probably around 35. All right, let's watch from the wing view, our favorite. Oh yes, this is about to be so sick. Here we go. All right, let's see if we got any wing flex on this. Hold on, let me try a trick here. If we probably can't, because the windows automatically close when you are in the air or going faster than a certain speed. Yeah, I can't open it. I was thinking I could open the window and actually hear the sound of the exterior, but I can't. What I could do actually is go to X camera, and this might or might not work. I don't think it's gonna work actually. I don't think about it. Go to enable external camera. Yep, didn't work. Never mind. I just messed it up. Shoot. Never mind. All right, we'll stick with what we got. No, did it save that view? Why would you do that? Why would you save it? Okay, well, screw it. We'll do the secondary. I just messed up that view completely. Oh, I know what I can do. Off, on. Nope, still messed it up. Dang it, man. I like that view a lot. I just press escape. We'll do this side instead. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Let me do it right. This is the view I want. No. It's a version of this one. Stick with that, whatever. All right, here we go. We're landing. Coming over the trees. Trees are looking pretty nice. See if there's any wing flex. There's a little wing flex. You can see it right now. Pretty stiff though, I'll be honest with you. The wing flex is pretty stiff. You can kind of see it every once in a while, kind of shake, but it's, I mean, I don't know how stiff it is in the real plane, so I'm not the one to judge, to be honest with you. Let's do left side wing view now. I'm not one to judge that, but I just kind of expected a little bit more flexibility of that wing flex there. J Maxi, VATSIM seems really cool. Last time you simmed, it was a pretty new thing. Wow, it must have been a long time ago. Yeah, I love VATSIM. I pretty much use VATSIM on every flight that I do, unless I use Pilot Edge. It's either VATSIM or Pilot Edge. I'm usually, majority of the time, I'm flying online with ATC or with the ability to get ATC. Yeah, it's not a 787 wing. It's a thing that was built back in the 70s or whenever it was, 80s. 60s, one of those. And touchdown. Yeah, I gotta figure out the reverser thing too, and how to get that correctly, or do it correctly, or set it up, or whatever. I gotta find out how it works, because it's being really weird. It's just different. Like the way they've kind of coded and modeled this aircraft is just a lot of this things that you're used to doing a certain way are just done a little bit differently. It's not to say they're wrong, it's just different. I'm really upset that I lost that wing view. I'm not gonna get over that. This time on the wing. Your first flight was January 1990. Bro, that was the year I was born. I love seeing the wings changing. You can see how hard I was working for that landing. After this one, I'm ready for some flyby views. Did the DC-10 come before the MD-11, or did the MD-11 come before the DC-10? Or was it at the same time? I actually don't know. It's not a quiz. I just actually don't know. All right, just running back from the plane spotter view out here by the fence. Not sure where you would actually plane spot here in Syracuse, but we'll try it over here next to this building. DC-10 was first. Cool. All right, let's run it. I'll turn music on because there's no sound. It actually looks much better from this view. I'm not gonna lie. The landing looks much better from this view. What do you guys think? Do you think we're gonna get a DC-10? Do you think people want a DC-10? Do you think it's worth it for the developer to make a DC-10? Which is the military variant of this plane? Oh, that is beautiful. After a nice little significant float, we may put it down nice and softly here in Syracuse. Guys, my final thoughts on this aircraft is it has some bugs that we feel should have been fixed, right? It should have, it's the things that are wrong with it are things that every plane does on every flight. Like sometimes there's bugs if you just do like a certain thing here and there, but this one has bugs that are like, hey, you probably should have found that before it released. It is buggy. But if you just kind of, you know, work around some of the bugs, like for example, again, I'll say this one more time for anybody who needs the help. I turned off the winds aloft on my active sky, and that fixed the majority of my cruise stalling issues and my plane chasing the LNAV issues. VNAV worked perfectly fine going up and going down. It did have an issue once we got to lower altitude, so it did have an issue one time following the flight plan where it decided to just not follow the flight plan. But once we went direct, everything worked perfectly fine. And then trying to turn heading mode beyond 360 to the left was like a no-go. I just refused to do it. So I had to take control of the plane myself and then fly the ILS manually. Look at that view right there. Hello, hello. Such a beautiful plane. If we can get the right sounds because guys, this plane, if you have ever seen one in real life, you know it screams. It is so loud. The reverses are loud, the takeoff is loud, everything about this plane is loud and obnoxious. So if we can get that part right and then fix the bugs, we have an amazing product. So it has a lot of potential. We're looking forward to them continuing to make it better. We'll definitely be flying it and continuing to fly it more and more. I'm going to be flying this plane on my Formula One World Tour for some of the longer flights, long hauls, delivering cargo for the Formula One Logistics Tour. So I'll be doing that for sure. If you're interested in joining us on that as well, come by our Discord and learn more about it. But our next stream is going to be on Monday, same time as today. It'll be 11 a.m. Eastern, so come through if you can. Next week, probably planning to fly some more MD-11. We'll probably hop back in the Apache again. I was originally planning on flying DCS today, but then this came out. I was like, I can't pass up on flying this thing. So we'll probably hop in the Apache again and maybe do OC. I haven't completely planned my week yet. But guys, thank you so much for coming out. Jay Maxey, thank you so much. Seth, thank you very much. I'm AP Dude Jet Kid, thank you so much. I'm gonna have to check it out, man. Send me a link to that new Sydney scenery. I'll check it out and see what's up with it. I found not new, but I found a Australian ortho pack, like the whole Australia, all in ortho for X-Planes. So I'm probably download that in the next week. It's about 63 gigabytes. Last night I cleaned out a terabyte worth of old duplicate ortho on my external hard drive. So now I have some extra space to actually start building up my ortho again on X-Plane. So we got that going on. Josh Doohan, thanks for flying with us, man, today. Who's it? Madison Allen, thanks for coming by. RA422, thank you very much as well. Look at that wing view again. I like it just that much, you know what I'm saying? Airbus, thank you, man, for coming through. And I know you're still new to VATSIM, so thank you, man, for getting the courage to come out and fly with us on the stream. Pat of Curiosity, thank you very much as well, man. Thank you so much. RA422, thank you, man. Nathan Burton, bro, always a pleasure to have you hanging out with us in the streams, man. Thank you so much. I'm AP Dude, thank you very much. John Smith, thank you so much. AT Simulation, man, thank you for all the help, seriously. Gavin Chapman, thank you so much. Evan, thank you, my friend. If you're watching, thank you for the ATC. Michael, thank you very much, my friend. Jay Arturo, thank you so much as well. Grain of Salt, thank you. Urged Panda, thank you so much as well. Pixel, thanks for coming out and chilling with us. If you're interested in train simulators, I just posted a video on Train Sim World yesterday, so check that out if you like. If not, then it's all good. No offense to me, I don't care. What else? Yes, I do work this weekend, so definitely stop by my Instagram channel if you want to see more of my ramp adventures, working on the ramp, pushing back planes and whatnot. So come by, check that out. Definitely have some more ramp videos coming out in the very, very nearest future. But guys, that's all for now. Until next time, remember, you have 3 choices: give up, give in, or change the next song. Peace, love, and God bless you. I will see you guys next time. Next video. Enjoy the music on the rollout. Peace.